free bet. We're making every game an occasion. Get ready for the golden era in sports betting. BetMGM. It's showtime.
New customers only. Wagering requirements and conditions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
Champions League live on talkSPORT with Village Hotels. With 33 locations across the UK, Village Hotels have everything under one roof for a great breakaway. On 1089 and 1053 medium wave, on your mobile and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT. talkSPORT with Bostik. If you need a professional grade sealant with high mold resistance, easy tooling and minimal shrinkage, choose Bostik Pro Sealants.
This is Kickoff on talkSPORT. Faker Others with you ahead of PSG Dortmund in the second leg of their Champions League semi-final. We'll focus on Dortmund and in particular Jadon Sancho very shortly. But first, let's get the sport headlines with Will Hobbs.
Thanks, Faye. Forest's appeal against their 4-point deduction has been unanimously rejected. They remain 3 points clear of danger with 2 games to go. Racist online trolls who target England players during the Euros could be caught in court within days. Social media companies are giving offenders' account details to police much quicker than previously. Thiago Silva will return to Fluminense when he leaves Chelsea at the end of the season, and Hull have sacked head coach Liam Rossinha, even though he was nominated for Championship Manager of the Year.
Presenting talkSPORT's Masters of On Air, the breakfast show that wins it every morning. Starring Wing Commander Flaps McCoist.
It's bandits at 6 o'clock, Ginger.
And wireless operator Alan Bone Dome Brazil.
I want a penguin at 4 o'clock and some iron brew.
And the superstars Super Fortress Breakfast chops away.
Tomorrow morning from 6 on talkSPORT.
Right, it's time now to look at the latest football action with Ladbrokes.
The big preview on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. We play together. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Now, with less than 25 minutes to go at the Parc des Princes, let's get a recap of the team news ahead of PSG Dortmund with your match commentator here on talkSPORT, Nigel Adderley.
And 2 changes for PSG. Lucas Hernandez has that serious ACL injury, so he is out. So Lucas Beraldo comes into the back 4. And Gonzalo Ramos will lead the attack with Bradley Barcola dropping to the bench. Donnarumma in goal, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Beraldo and Nuno Mendes the back 4. Zaire Emery, Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz in midfield. Dembele, Gonzalo Ramos and Mbappe in attack. Dortmund are unchanged from the first leg. Kobel in goal, Ryerson, Hummels, Schlotterbeck and Matson their back 4. Emre Can and Savitzer holding in midfield with Brandt behind Sancho, Fulkrug and Adeyemi.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much, Nigel. That's all thanks to Ladbrokes. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
The big preview on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. We play together. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
At one point, I was shouting to the TV, just give the ball to Jadon Sancho. He was unbelievable. That arguably could be the best performance I've ever seen him put in. Champions League semi-final, every single time he got the ball, I was excited.
You know, he's a guy who is born for the big games. You know, there's no doubt about that. Now, I think it also underlines that if we're looking at his future, and now there's been a lot of speculation that Dortmund don't want him back. Now, Erik ten Hag has said a lot of weird things in recent weeks.
We have seen more games from Dortmund where Jadon was performing there. We had a talk with him. During this stay there, we will keep going in the process. We will also continue being in contact and communicate with him.
When he says that, you know, he's a huge valuable asset for Manchester United. If they're looking to sell him this summer, he's still not, if people are doing their scouting. Because if you look at those last couple of months, I mean, just a week before, in fact, less than a week before that performance against PSG, which, as you say, was extraordinary in its level of quality.
Lovely touch by Jadon Sancho, takes it wide towards the right hand side, twists his way inside the box, big 3 players, sets it back, he's back with the effort, it takes a deflection off Marquinhos.
Take away Jude Bellingham, I can't remember the last time he played that well in the Champions League. It was amazing. Like before that, Edin Terzic, who's a great ally of Sancho, came out and said it's going to take Jadon a while to get to where he wants to be. And that was said by an ally of his, someone who wants to be big enough, but someone who is being realistic as well. And that is where he is. It's still a work in progress. He's extremely valuable. I think he's most valuable if he's in Dortmund, replenishing that level of form.
Yeah, the man of the match performance for Manchester Manchester United loanee Jadon Sancho for Dortmund in the first leg last week. Thanks so much to our European football expert Andy Bristol for his insight there on Trans-Euro Express. Him and Danny Kelly. We'll be back this Sunday at 9 p.m. dissecting everything that happens at the Parc des Princes tonight and tomorrow's live talkSPORT commentary on Real Madrid against Bayern Munich. Now then, former Leeds United and Manchester City, I nearly merged that into Manchester United. You'd copy there, Danny Mills, wouldn't you, for sure? What a merger that would be.
Well, it would have. I never wanted to play for them. I was always refused.
You're only saying that now to be a bit rubbish.
Well, no, I don't think I never actually had to offer.
Fair enough. Let's talk about Jadon Sancho, shall we? I mean, we were discussing this in the office a little bit earlier, and the plaudits that he received after that man of the match performance last week, where I did think he was brilliant, or certainly we saw the flashes of brilliance we know that Jadon Sancho is capable of, and what got him into the England squad in the first place. And it's not necessarily the player that we saw then at Manchester United after the falling out he had with Erik ten Hag, but we're seeing glimpses of it in Dortmund at the moment. What do you make of his performance last week? Can he back it up again tonight?
You're right, Faye. We saw glimpses of the former player that he has been at times. I thought in the first half on occasions he was confident he wanted to get on the ball, and he kept having the ball. He had a few runs which didn't quite work out for me. He tried to dribble inside, lost the ball a few times early on. But fair play to him, he didn't lose belief or confidence. He kept it on the ball. The second half performance was very, very good. But when everybody's like now eulogising, like, oh, Jadon Sancho, he's the saviour of Manchester United, he needs to go back there, he's going to get back in the England side and all the rest of it. Let's see how he plays tonight, first and foremost. He's always been a player with great ability, fantastic potential. This season, he's got 3 goals in 20 games and 2 assists. That's not amazing for an attacking winger who apparently was unplayable last week. You know, the best performance we've ever seen.
Such an overused word, though,
Well,
isn't it? Unplayable.
Let's just dampen it down a little bit. He needs to back that up. We know that he's got ability. We know that he's got potential. That's not the problem. His issue in the past has been discipline, work rate, off-the-field issues, punctuality, turn up for training on time, working hard. There's also the argument that, and I was listening to Rennie Moulington this morning on the breakfast show, it's a lot easier to play for Dortmund.
Yeah.
There is far less expectation, there is far less pressure. If you have a bad game for Dortmund, it's alright, the fans are a little bit disgruntled, but it's sort of swept under the carpet. It's not a huge problem, especially if you won the game. You have a bad game for Manchester United, you get slaughtered. You know, you're all over the English press, you know, and it's different. So that's a mentality thing. Can he deal with being at Manchester United? Can he deal with the pressure of being at Manchester United? Looks probably not. It looks like there's quite a few that can't deal with that at the moment, you know, at Manchester United. But going back to somewhere where he feels comfortable, where there is less expectation, less pressure, and people can say it's a semi-final of the Champions League. They were still massive underdogs last week, and they're still massive, although they won the lot, they're still massive underdogs this evening. It's much easier to play when you are the underdog. You know, when the expectation isn't to perform brilliantly week in, week out. So yes, the second half especially was very, very good last week. But let's see if he can back it up, because we've all seen, and he's not young anymore, he's 24.
Yeah.
We've all seen good youngish players have a great performance and then not back it up. He needs to go great players, put those performances in 8 out of 10 times, 18 out of 20 times. You know, and that's what makes them great. That's what, you know, look at Manchester City, look at Arsenal, the way that they're playing at the moment. Those players are putting performances week in, week out, no matter what, 3 times a week. Jadon Sancho's probably done it once, twice this season. That's the difference.
In terms of his future at Manchester United, whenever you hear Erik ten Hag, the United manager, talking about him, he's always very, you know, nondescript and kind of vague about you know, what he thinks about Jadon Sancho. Says that they're keeping in contact, etc. Has he got a route back to Manchester United if he wanted one?
I'd be very surprised if he has. You have to look who's gone in there. Sporting director for Manchester City has gone in there. You know, we'll have known all about Jadon Sancho through City. They allowed him to leave. Don't forget Jason Wilcox, who's gone in as technical director, sporting director, you know, head of recruitment, whatever his role is, will be very, very aware of what Jadon Sancho is, and obviously was at Manchester City Academy for long periods of time. Dan Ashworth, fantastic at recruitment and picking players. Now you look at Ineos and Jim Ratcliffe, you know, and they are all about, they're moaning about the state of the training ground and the discipline in and around it and the way that people aren't looking after it. They are disciplinarians. You know, they want everything to be bang on and be absolutely perfect in all aspects of the business, from top right the way through to the bottom. Now, from what I know of Jadon Sancho, I don't think he fits into that mould.
It's going to be fascinating if he scores a hat-trick tonight. Game on again with the narrative changing completely. Listen, just need to let you know about an early goal for Crawley in the League Two playoff semi-final first leg. They're 1-0 up against MK Dons thanks to Liam Kelly scoring inside 5 minutes. You can listen to that game on the talkSPORT app. You just need to download it and you can swipe and listen to full commentary next. Right, we're going to be taking a closer look at PSG as we build up to our 8 o'clock kickoff here on talkSPORT. You are listening to the Champions League live on talkSPORT with Village Hotels. You can find everything under one roof for a great breakaway at Village Hotels.
Kick off on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. We play together. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus BGamblerWare.org.
To EE's ultra-reliable full-fiber broadband for only $29.99 a month and pay absolutely nothing up front.
Oh, nothing?
Not a thing. Plus, it stays fast even at peak times.
And it's powered by BT.
Bingo! All on the UK's most reliable broadband technology.
That's epic.
No wonder broadband switchers choose EE. Hurry, offer ends 16th of May.
New customers, 24 months, 43.7% UK availability. Terms apply. Price increases on 31st of March each year by £3 a month.
Evening, Money Super 7. Ready for your starring roles?
Always ready, boss. What's today's mission?
We're here to reward people who saved money with us.
What are we giving them? A year of free days out at thousands of venues. And when they keep on saving with us, we'll keep on rewarding them again and again. Sounds amazing.
It is. Now, let's get moving. The curtain's about to go up.
The Super Save Club from Money Supermarket. It's seriously rewarding. Selected products, qualifying purchase with an account. Claim 3 days out via app. Rewards include prepaid MasterCard or gift cards. 18 plus UK only. See site for T's and C's.
With Now, you can stream all the drama from the Premier League instantly and without a contract.
The stuff the dreams are made of.
From top-of-the-table clashes to relegation battles and everything in between.
Can you believe it?
Get all Sky Sports channels for a day or a whole month with a Now Sports membership.
This is unbelievable.
Stream the Premier League live without a contract with Now.
18 plus. Sky Sports content streamed via internet. Full terms apply.
Kitchen jobs, bedroom jobs. At Howden's, we've got all the essentials you need. And we're always bang on the money. Our even bigger bang on the money range now includes joinery, floors, tools and accessories, worktops, sinks, taps and more. All in local stock and price checked weekly. So ask about our bang on the money range today at your local Howden's, the UK's #1 trade kitchen supplier. For terms and conditions and to verify, visit howdens.com/radio. Select competitors only. Exclusions apply. Trade customers only.
Righty here. I've just given a new Gillette Labs razor a go, and it's smooth. 5 long-lasting blades, and it's got a flex disc that adapts to my gorgeous face. Done in no time, and it goes back on its magnetic stand. For a finish, almost as good as one of mine. And if you don't agree it's the ultimate shave, get your money back. 18 plus, retaining receipt, terms and conditions apply.
If I wasn't a fan, I wouldn't know what a cruciate ligament was.
If I wasn't a fan, my geography knowledge wouldn't be based on football teams.
If I wasn't a fan, I wouldn't have named me dog after me team striker.
If I wasn't a fan, I'd travel to more exotic places.
For fans, it's more than a game. So we're doing more for fans. Sky Bet for the fans.
18 plus BGamblerWare.org. Kick off your Sunday morning with a weekend sports breakfast on talkSPORT with goals. The free football pull-out with the sun. Lace up your boots with the nation's brightest sports breakfast, featuring insider news, big match previews, and expert analysis from Tony Cascarino and Natalie Sawyer. Oh, it's It's absolutely magnificent. Get fully loaded for football with a weekend sports breakfast, Sunday morning from 6 on talkSPORT with goals. The essential free football pull-out with the sun every Saturday, Sunday and Monday.
Champions League live on talkSPORT with Village Hotels. With 33 locations across the UK, Village Hotels have everything under one roof for a great breakaway.
The passion, the pain, and the poetry of the beautiful game.
Overhead kick! Brilliant goal!
The Champions League live on talkSPORT.
Dembele turns it in! Great finish on a half volley by Dembele into the roof of the net.
Warren Zaire-Emery, who's just blasted Paris level.
Oh, what a goal! Vitinha! Checks onto his left foot, saved and topped in by Kolo Muani.
Kylian Mbappe comes in and Mbappe volleys the ball in the back of the net.
14 goals in 12 Champions League knockout ties. Never doubt that Kylian Mbappe can have an influence on a Champions League tie.
Oh, he'd love to have an influence on this one tonight as well and bring the Champions League back to Paris for the first time in PSG's history. This is Kickoff on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. We play together. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org. Faker Others with you. Just over 10 minutes until PSG and Dortmund face off for a place in the Champions League final at Wembley. Dortmund in Paris tonight with a slim 1-goal lead from that first leg. Former Manchester City and England defender Danny Mills and your match commentator Nigel Adderley are with me as the players make their final preparations at the Parc de France. You heard there some of the firepower that PSG have. Danny, Dembele, Ramos back in the starting 11 and Mbappe. I mean, it's frightening for anybody to think that they're going to have to be on it tonight.
Without a doubt they are. We talked about it earlier. Dembele, a bit like Jadon Sancho, fits and starts. Hasn't really produced the sort of performances that we would expect for a player with that ability and of that quality. Obviously, Ramos comes in because Ricardo didn't do too well last week, and they need to win the game. It's all about Mbappe, if I'm honest. He's got to be the one. Hakimi bombs down the right-hand side, but Adeyemi last week was outstanding.
Yeah.
Sancho got all the plaudits, but Adeyemi in the first 60 minutes was unbelievable. His work rate up and down, constant threat, running in behind. He was absolutely superb. So they need to put in another really good team performance. But I look around and I think, if you keep Mbappe quiet, Dembele is good, but he's not amazing. Where are the goals going to come from? Where's the threat going to come from PSG? You can almost afford to double up on Mbappe, and risk letting one or two other players have the ball because they're nowhere near as dangerous.
Well, Hakimi hit the post, didn't he, as well? That second half, they were much better, but they were lacking something.
They lack a number 10, or a number 8, number 10, a creative player. They lack a Phil Foden or a Kevin De Bruyne. Somebody of that ilk to pick a pass in the final third, to unlock a tight defence, to just slip that pass through or go past somebody and then play that little pass and create an opportunity for somebody on a play. Mbappe has that in abundance, we know that, but he can't assist himself all the time. It can't be left just to him.
I'm sure if he could, he'd happily do that.
Probably. but it's a team game, and he needs people around him, at times to feed him, to get him in one-on-one situations. It's very, very difficult. Last week, Dortmund just closed down spaces.
Yeah.
Defensively across the 18-yard box, they were so tight, they were so organised. PSG had nowhere to go at times, and they were just running into literally a yellow brick wall.
I know this sounds, really route one with some things, but the yellow wall, 80,000 Dortmund fans last week, kind of pushing them on for that win. How much could the Paris crowd help Luis Enrique's side tonight?
It can be a hindrance at times. If it's not going particularly well, they will get a little bit agitated. But equally, as a player, Dortmund will feed off that as well. Because, if the crowd are getting really behind PSG, they will know that they're on top. As simple as that. If it gets to the stage where, PSG are 2-1 up, on aggregate, you know, overall, or 2-0 on the night, then all of a sudden the crowd aren't going to be that vociferous anymore. So as a defensive team, you know, going into that game, if you hear the crowd really getting behind the opposition, you're thinking, actually, we're doing a great job. So you use that, and it feeds yourself at the same time. So, yeah, I mean, home and away crowds, they can play a part. They can often give you a tiny bit of energy, maybe towards the end of the game, if they're really surging you on. We talk about getting to a Champions League final. First time for Dortmund since 2013.
Yeah.
Since they lost to Bayern at Wembley.
Well,
you know, bizarrely.
I was literally just about to ask you this question, because I love an omen, and it feels as if that is written for Dortmund to go up against Bayern Munich at Wembley again. No, well, hopefully win. I mean,
I don't think Ian Robben's going to play in this one, although he's probably still fit enough, in all fairness.
As you know, I love to support the underdog, and it would be brilliant to see Dortmund lift. I mean, when did they do it last? Was it 97?
Something like that, yeah.
It would just be incredible to see that happen again.
Yeah, I think it's highly unlikely. I think I've always said, you know, the other side of the draw is much stronger. The winner will come from that. Again, who knows in a one-off game. Dortmund have got an opportunity to get themselves into a final and give themselves a chance. That's all that they can do. They have to play incredibly well this evening. They'll need to ride their luck. They'll need to keep Mbappe quiet again the majority of the game. And if they can do that, they may well be into a Champions League final at Wembley again.
I've just seen a shot of the Dortmund fans at the Parc des Princes jumping up and down, a sea of yellow. I think there's about 2,500 of them at the Parc des Princes.
They will make some noise.
They are going to make a racket.
Oh, without a doubt. We all know that away fans tend to be a little bit louder than, you know, the home fans, because, you know, they're just more energy. They've travelled. It's a bigger effort. You know, it's generally people that go every single away game, and they make an awful lot of noise. It'll be a fantastic atmosphere this evening. But if Dortmund get on top early, you know, this predominantly French crowd could get very, very nervous and could go very, very quiet, and that will be the instructions to the Dortmund team. Go out there and quieten the crowd. Don't give PSG anything in the first 10-15 minutes to get the crowd going.
The crowd are already getting themselves going. The light show is underway at the Parc des Princes. It's going to be some atmosphere, as you say. Don't forget, we've got more Champions League football to come tomorrow here on talkSPORT from the Bernabeu, with Real Madrid and Bayern Munich locked at 2-2. Their second leg gets underway live here on talkSPORT at 8 o'clock. We also have commentary of Peterborough United against Oxford United on talkSPORT 2 in the League One playoff semi-final second leg. That's also at 8 o'clock. Oxford, don't forget, going to the Western Home Stadium with a 1-0 lead. Then on Thursday, Aston Villa have it all to do in Greece in their Europa Conference League semi-final second leg. They trail Olympiacos 4-2 as they bid for a place in the final. That's also an 8 o'clock kickoff as well. Just to let you know, Crawley currently leading MK Dons at the moment in their first leg of the League Two semi-final. It's goalless between Bolton and Barnsley. Of course, Bolton have that 3-1 lead in their second leg in the League One playoff semi-final second leg. But the players are on their way out at the Parc des Princes. That's where our attention turns to now. Who's going to be playing at Wembley Stadium in the Champions League final on the 1st of June? Will it be Luis Enrique's Paris Saint-Germain or Edin Terzic's Borussia Dortmund? Let's find out in the company of your commentary team here on talkSPORT, Danny Mills and Nigel Adley.
Thank you, Faye. Good evening once again. The English clubs are gone, but Englishmen can still produce the defining moment in this season's Champions League. One of Harry Kane or Jude Bellingham will be heading to Wembley. And can Jadon Sancho inspire Dortmund to victory here tonight and deny Kylian Mbappe his perfect Parisian farewell? It is a big ask for Sancho and Dortmund. Of course, they've been excellent at home in the Champions League for so many years, but they often don't travel too well. And they will need to here tonight against the Paris Saint-Germain team, who have been the bridesmaids on so many occasions in the Champions League, runners-up on one occasion. And if they lose here tonight, it will be the final Champions League match for Kylian Mbappe in this stadium for this club. And Danny Mills, so often it is down to him, and it really is down to him here tonight.
We've talked about it so much. When you look around the team, who is going to come up with that incredible performance? You know, they've got to score 2 goals, you know, to get through this, unless it goes all the way to penalties. And just look around their team and just think, okay, you know, Dembele was okay against Barcelona, but that was quite an unusual performance for him. Is it going to be Ramos? Might nick you one. But it's all about Mbappe. If you can keep Kylian Mbappe quiet, you have a fantastic chance of winning this game.
A reminder of the two teams once again. 2 changes for Paris Saint-Germain from the first leg. They've had the weekend off as well. Lucas Hernandez is out injured. Bradley Barcola drops to the bench. So the young Brazilian Lucas Beraldo comes into the back 4, and Gonzalo Ramos will lead the attack alongside Kylian Mbappe. Donnarumma in goal. Hakimi, Marquinhos, Lucas Beraldo and Nuno Mendes, the back 4. Zaire Emery, Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz in midfield, with Dembele, Gonzalo Ramos and Mbappe in attack. The Dortmund team unchanged from the first leg. Kobel in goal, Ryerson, Hummel, Slotterbeck and Matson. Emre Can and Sabitzer holding midfield, with Sancho, Brandt and Adeyemi supporting Fulkrug in attack. Daniele Orsato of Italy is our referee for this game, a very experienced official for such a big time. And of course, coming up tomorrow night on talkSPORT, we have the second leg between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. 2-2 from the first leg, but Dortmund with a slender lead here thanks to Niklas Fulkrug a week ago. And really, both these teams heading back to the future this evening. It was on match day 1 when these teams last met in this stadium. Paris Saint-Germain won by 2-0 thanks to a penalty from Mbappe and Hakimi scoring against his former club. And the group stage was a bit of a slow burner for both teams. And Paris Saint-Germain squeezed through ahead of Milan on the head-to-head with only 8 points. But so often in the Champions League, it is not how you start, it is how you finish. And they are still swinging and fighting at the semi-final stage. Dortmund, of course, have already won the Champions League, but it seems a lifetime ago. And there's a handshake between Edin Terzic, the coach of Dortmund, and Kylian Mbappe before kick-off. And it's the home team who will get the game underway. So will it be Paris Saint-Germain or Borussia Dortmund heading down Wembley Way on June the 1st? We will find out in the French capital here tonight. And it's Paris Saint-Germain in their dark blue shirts attacking the goal away to our left in the first half. Dortmund in their famous high visibility yellow, as Marquinhos winning his 91st European appearance tonight, plays it wide to this near side and back in field towards the youngster who has come into the team, Lucas Beraldo. Now wide to the far side. Hakimi will gather, tries to link up with Dembele, but it's cut out by Brandt, and Dortmund will clear downfield, looking for Fulkrug again. It falls neatly for Sabitzer. Fulkrug lobs it high towards Sancho, who controls with 2 Parisian players around him on this near side. Down the line on this near side from Ryerson, and it's out of play for a throw into Dortmund.
You can already see exactly what Dortmund are going to do. They're going to mix it up. Defensively, they are so well organised. The back 4, a rigid back 4, completely flat. 4 midfielders in front of that. And then they pick and choose when they're going to press. If there's a slightly loose pass, it might be Fulkrug, it might be Adeyemi, it might be Sancho. One of them goes to the press and they all squeeze up. But the other thing I loved about Dortmund last week, they'll play out the back when it's on, but when it's not, they will put their foot through the ball and they will mix it up and they will go direct and they will try and get in behind. And we don't see that often enough in modern day football.
Well, Dortmund have a free kick here on this near side. And Julian Brandt is over it, along with Ian Matson, on loan from Chelsea, the young Dutchman. And Matson will curl this ball in left-footed, but it's left for Brandt in the end. It's the double bluff, and now a Dortmund player goes well offside, and in the end, as the free kick was played in, it's glided on by Paul Krug and into the arms of Donnarumma.
I think that was deliberate. There was a couple of stutters beforehand, a couple of fake attempts to cross it. And I think it was Emre Can ran right round the back and has been stopped, stood in offside position, trying to cause a little bit of confusion.
Zaire Emery plays it forward to Hakimi, but he's given the ball away. Maatsen quickly forward towards Fulkrug, who is the fulcrum at the heart of the Dortmund attack, but he's given the ball away. First opportunity for Mbappe to come forward now on this near side. 2.5 minutes played on talkSPORT, the Champions League semi-final second leg. Dortmund leading by a goal to nil from the first leg in Germany a week ago. As Marquinhos plays it wide towards the far side again, and Dembele, who comes in field, finding the teenager Zaire Emery, and now Vitinha takes over, wide towards the far side again, and Hakimi, he'll try and take on Maatsen, and it's back towards Marquinhos, and Dortmund here, very well organised in the opening stages, and this may become a game of patience for Paris Saint-Germain as Hakimi looks to make tracks on this near side. The low ball in towards Gonzalo Ramos, who never really made sufficient contact at the near post, and it's guided into the arms of Gregor Kobel.
Decent ball in from Hakimi and Ramos. No real conviction in the shot, was there? I mean, he got a good contact on it. Should have probably tested the keeper a little bit more than he did. He just sort of dangled a foot and allowed it to hit him.
Crawley still leading MK Dons by a goal to nil in the first leg of their League 2 playoff semi-final. That game is available on the talkSPORT app. Over on talkSPORT 2, they're also underway at the Tough Sheep Stadium. Bolton playing Barnsley this evening. Bolton 3-1 up from the first leg in their League 1 playoff semi-final. As Marquinhos plays it wide to the far side, and the former Dortmund player Hakimi, the early cross in is overhit and into the arms of Gregor Kobel, who has 5 clean sheets in his 11 games in the Champions League this season.
It's a terrible cross. He's looking to put it into the edge of the 6-yard box, gets it completely wrong, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Just on that Crawley game, you've been around for a long time. When was the last time a game was called off for a waterlogged pitch in May?
I remember there was a League 2 playoff semi-final.
It's quite a while though, isn't it?
Must be about 2010, 2011, not too far from you at Cleveland Crescent. York City had
that
a
was
game
probably
called
the river burst,
yes.
though, I would say, not because of rain.
There may have been residual flooding late in the season, but that's the only time I can remember previously. But
no chance of that here this evening.
No. It's a grey night in Paris, but no hint of rain as Gonzalo Ramos plays it wide to this near side. And Nuno Mendes, of course, Paris will be at the heart of the sporting summer following the Euros, when the Olympics come to this city, and there'll be full coverage on the talkSPORT network. Looking forward to that as Dembele comes forward now on this near side, but Marquinhos is forced into a hurried challenge to win it back from Brandt, and it's played in field by Fabian Ruiz, and at the moment Dortmund are repelling anything that Paris can throw at them. They come forward again on the far side with Hakimi.
They're so well organised. Look, right now, Dembele's on the ball. 3 players around him. What they did in the first leg, they just crowded people out and they just gambled. And they went, right, okay, because PSG attack as individuals, there's no set pattern. They almost know that whoever picks it up is going to run at people and try and dribble.
A corner kick has been won in towards that near post, headed away though towards this near side by the ageless Mats Hummels. A deeper ball in this time, second time around, so bits ahead away. Mbappe with the volley, caught hold of it, but maybe not quite enough. It came through the crowd, and it's gathered by Kobel.
Yeah, difficult thing for a player of Mbappe's quality. Came out in the sky, and you could just tell it. He just wanted to get it on target. He didn't go all the way through it. Didn't really follow through with that volley. Just wanted to hit the target, maybe hoping it was going to squeeze into the corner. Unfortunately, went straight to the goalkeeper.
But Mbappe with 8 goals in the Champions League so far this season, level with Harry Kane. Of course, we will hear Harry Kane in action against Jude Bellingham's Real Madrid on talkSPORT tomorrow night with Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce. And we'll also have the second leg of the Peterborough-Oxford playoff semi-final from League One with Ian Danter and Adrian Clark. And I'm sure a very nervous Adrian Durham will be presenting the programme from London Road.
Yeah, Oxford are going to win that. Don't worry, Adrian. Can't bother going. We all know that Peterborough can't perform in the second leg of a playoff.
Well, they didn't last season, in fairness, although they haven't got the advantage of a 4-goal lead this time to defend, so maybe there's less pressure. Emre Can for Dortmund, wearing the captain's armband, looking to shrug off Fabian Ruiz, and eventually Gonzalo Ramos pulls him back, and it will be a free kick for Dortmund. Quickly into the feet of Sancho on this near side, but he is closed down. And it will be a throw-in with 7 minutes played here on talkSPORT. 0-0, so Dortmund still leading by a 0-0 on aggregate. Their fourth semi-final in the Champions League, but their first one since they reached the Wembley final against Bayern back in 2013 when Jurgen Klopp was the coach. And they have recently won back-to-back Bundesliga titles, and they were a genuine challenge to Bayern during that spell. They are heading for their lowest finish in the Bundesliga for 9 years during the current campaign. They're currently 5th in the table, but their victory last week was enough to edge the coefficient forward to ensure that Germany have 5 places in the Champions League next season. So Dortmund will be in the group stage. Now Madsen plays a good ball in field to Brandt, looking for Adeyemi down the left, but it's quickly cut out, and the former Dortmund player Dembele coming back the other way on the right-hand side. He's got support from Zaire Emery, but again he comes in field, just waits a second or two, and the challenge comes in, and then Coutinho with a strong challenge to win it back from Savica, wide to this near side, and Nuno Mendes.
PSG's problem is the fact that they attack as pure individuals. I've seen them in the last 16 knockout stages against Barcelona, and now in the semi-final. When you see Dembele coming forward with the ball on that right-hand side, there's no way of playing, there's no movement if someone's coming towards the ball, there's no set plays like Manchester City do, like Arsenal do, no third man running, you know.
No overloads.
No, it's very much like, well, you've got the ball, you dribble at somebody, make something happen and play off the cuff. And that's a problem when you come up against very organised teams.
And at the moment, it has been pretty much attack against defence, but to bear out Danny Mills' point, when Dembele has had that ball forward, there's been very little movement, but there is now as Mbappe chases a high diagonal ball into the penalty area, but Ryerson is there to head clear, and here is Sancho now, motoring over the halfway line from a central area, wide to the left-hand side, and in the end, he delays on the ball. He allows Dembele to come back and make the challenge, and Dortmund have a throw-in on the far side.
It's going to be really interesting to see Jadon Sancho. He's had lots of plaudits, lots of praise. Now the expectation levels have risen dramatically. Nuno Mendes against Barcelona was very, very good. He was strong, he was powerful. He got up against his wingers and he made it a physical battle. And he made it very, very tough. I just wonder if he's going to try and do the same thing to Jadon Sancho.
Of course, in the previous round, PSG were 4-2 down on aggregate at one stage against Barcelona before coming up with 4 unanswered goals away from home to win. As Donnarumma has to deal with a back pass on this near side, and under pressure from Ryerson, just plays it straight out of play for a Dortmund throw-in.
Well, it's not his forte, Donnarumma. Certainly not the greatest with his feet. I described him last week as a better Nick Pope. And that's not trying to be disrespectful. We know that there are great goalkeepers with their feet, you know, especially in the Premier League and around Europe. Donnarumma's a magnificent shot stopper. Nick Pope's a magnificent shot stopper. But playing out from the back with their feet is not their strength.
Ryerson will loop a long throw into the near post, looking for full crew. Adeyemi with the shot, and it's deflected over the top. And he caught that well, Karim Adeyemi. And there was a lunging challenge on the edge of the penalty area to send that ball high over the crossbar from another youngster, Zaire Emery.
Again, and this is where Dortmund can be dangerous. That was flying in, by the way. That was flying into the top corner. Really great technique. Dropped his shoulder, got his knee over the ball. Arrowing it. A great defensive block.
Edin Terzic looks on as Dortmund have their first corner. 11 minutes played, 0-0. Dortmund a goal up from the first leg. And the fair head Julian Brandt will take it in towards the near post, headed away by Marquinhos. Sabitzer will challenge Mbappe, but Mbappe does well to lay it wide to Dembele, and now there's a break over the halfway line. Hakimi popping up on the left, he's got Fabian Ruiz on his outside, back towards Hakimi again. He'll have to come inside onto the right foot, finds Zaire Emery, and here is Vitinha, slip forward to Gonzalo Ramos, right foot shot on the turn, caught it well, but dragged it wide.
Good shot and turn. Ball was played into him. His touch wasn't a great touch, but actually set him up really nicely. It just popped it up onto the volley, and as he turned, it was a little bit close to his body, and because of that, he swings across the ball and drags it wide. But I was just going to say before that, Hakimi's breaking down the left-hand side. Dembele's trying to break down the right-hand side using his pace, and Mbappe's streaming forward. But look how quickly Dortmund get back. Their energy levels last week were immense, and the fact they've all had the weekend off, they should be able to do that again.
If Harris didn't play, and Gregor Kobel was the only Dortmund player from the first leg who played in the 5-1 victory against Augsburg, Marco Reus came into the team, scored and assisted 2 goals. Lucas Nemetscher, the former Manchester City youngster, also scored his first Bundesliga goal for Dortmund. So both teams should be well rested.
Don't think Kobel was overworked in that game either.
No, I don't think he was.
Let's speak, he wasn't overworked in the first leg either.
We saw the ball come back off the post twice in quick succession from Mbappe and Hakimi as Dembele comes forward again, and it's the 2 former Dortmund players in tandem down the right, but it breaks down for PSG, and Brandt lays it further wide towards Maatsen, and we've seen from his time with Burnley in the Championship last season, and also at various points of the compass around Europe on loan from Chelsea, that Ian Maatsen is a fullback who will always try and get forward, and it will be a real test for him tonight with Dembele and Hakimi coming back the other way.
It will, but Adeyemi was magnificent in the first leg. His pace and his energy to get back and help him out was superb.
Now an opportunity for Sancho, 25 yards out, laid wide to the Norwegian Ryerson on this near side. Ryerson crumples under the challenge of Gonzalo Ramos, but gets back to his feet, then drives into the penalty area, and it took a good challenge inside the box from Fabian Ruiz to rob him before he was able to deliver across towards Fulcrum. And it's becoming a real game of chess already, this match.
Yeah, he was just trying to bundle his way through, wasn't he? I mean, unlucky in the end not to get...
That was almost like Danny Mills in his pomp, a full-back bundling his way into the penalty area.
Not a lot of subtlety in it. Bulldozing his way through.
I always thought you were at your best when you were bulldozing. So.
Well, head down and run. Get lucky.
Danny Mills, the former England fullback, with us here on talkSPORT this evening. 15 minutes played, and it's still goalless, and that will suit Dortmund at the moment, leading by a goal to nil. Paris in their 3rd semi-final in 5 years, their 4th overall, but they've only won 1 of them, and never over 2 legs. They beat Leipzig when the tournament was played to a conclusion with 1-off ties during lockdown in 2020.
Dortmund have just quietened the crowd down, haven't they? They've got through that first 10-15 minute spell. No real threat. A couple of half chances, half shots from distance. But suddenly now it's like, okay, Dortmund look like they've found their rhythm. They've settled into the game. And again, you know, talk about home atmosphere. It's certainly not like it was in Dortmund.
No, there was 81,000 there last week. Around 47,000 here tonight in the Parc de France. But the PSG crowd sometimes need to be lifted by the players rather than the other way round. And I'm sure they're aware. They do have the ultras, of course, who offer noisy and unstinting support, but it is not quite like a night in Dortmund. Excellent ball from Sabitzer now to find Brandt, charging forward down the centre. Wide to his right is Sancho now with the opportunity to try and take on Nuno Mendes, but again he shows too much of it to the Portuguese player, and he brings the ball clear, and he lofts the ball in behind, looking for the pace of Dembele, and Kobel takes up a good starting position and gathers on the edge of his penalty area. 16 minutes played, 0-0.
Great opportunity for Jadon Sancho, one-on-one with Mendes. I don't know why, last week he kept showing a clean pair of heels, especially in that second half. Didn't have to do too much, just knock it down the outside and go past it. There, tried too many flicks, tricks, got his feet tangled up a little bit, and Mendes was able to nick it off him.
On the talkSPORT app, Crawley lead MK Dons 2-0 in first half added time in their playoff semi-final first leg in League 2. Jay Williams with the second goal. Download the talkSPORT app and you can swipe between 3 commentaries currently underway. This one here on talkSPORT, over on talkSPORT 2. It is 0-0 between Bolton and Barnsley in the League 1 playoff second leg. So that's 3-1 to Bolton from the game I saw at Oakwell on Friday. And over on the app at the moment, Crawley making the most of home advantage against MK Dons, who do not have a good playoff record. Julian Brandt for Dortmund now, infield to the 35-year-old Mats Hummels. Sancho again, who is the go-to man, and he's away from Mendes. Clever move into the penalty area from Sancho. The cross in, though, is blocked at the near post by the youngster Ronaldo, and it will be a corner.
Veteran Sancho managed to get past Mendes this time. They couldn't quite pick out the cross. He's got to keep doing that. No, if it doesn't work the first time, he's got to have the belief and confidence to keep running at the fullback.
But the throw was given in the end. Ryerson with a long throw in towards Fulkrug, was able to bring the ball down, back to goal, back towards Ryerson, who lets fly from a tight angle, and it ripples the side netting.
It's slightly unfortunate, comes back to him, not an easy skill, comes to him on the half volley, cuts across it, does really well, the back to keep it down. I think Donnarumma had it covered, pulled his hands away, probably went about, just got wide in the end.
Dortmund with only 2 wins in their last 10 trips to France, but they don't have to win this game here tonight. 0-0 with 19 minutes played, a goal up from the first leg, and they weren't great in either of their away games in the knockout round, drawing away to PSV, and then of course losing against Atletico Madrid before that dramatic 4-2 victory in Germany in the second leg. And they've not lost in their last 11 knockout ties in the Champions League at home, but they've only won 1 of 11 away. Dembele drives him across, but again it's a poor delivery down the right-hand side. Overhit, one bounce straight out of play on this near side.
Again, perfect example of PSG with no real idea of how they're going to attack. Apart from individual brilliance, people attacking, you know, beating a player one-on-one, going past somebody and creating something. There's no set play, there's no build-up, there's no pattern to what they're doing. And even then, Dembele gets down the right-hand side and he pieces across a high ball. Who's going to hit it? Dembele, it's not Mbappe's forte, is it? Coming at the far post, like it is early in Ireland.
Sancho now wins it back on this near side, but Fulkrug has given the ball away. Vitinha finding Zaire Emery. Adeyemi comes across though and holds up his progress, but Vitinha is able to dig the ball out in midfield for PSG, wide towards Hakimi, but Dembele did not have his feet set on the far side. The ball evades him straight out of play, and it will be a throw-in, and Dortmund will be very happy with a job well done in the opening 20 minutes here on talkSPORT.
They'll be really pleased. They've got a foothold in the game, they've quietened down the crowd, with a couple of half chances of their own, and the game plan looks to be working very, very similar as it did in the first leg.
When these two sides met previously in the round of 16 back in 2020, just before lockdown, Erling Haaland scored twice for Dortmund in his Champions League debut for the club. In the first leg, they won 2-1, and then they came here and lost 2-0. That was when PSG went all the way to the final, and eventually lost in Lisbon to Bayern behind closed doors. Hakimi back towards Dembele for Paris Saint-Germain, down the right-hand side. 21 minutes played here on talkSPORT, 0-0. Mbappe on the left, infield again towards Vitinha. Paris Saint-Germain are having to go through a lot of passes here to try and make any sort of progress against a very well-drilled Dortmund team. But here is Dembele down the right. The ball though was overhit, and as he clatters into the advertising hoardings, he lofts the ball behind harmlessly for a goal kick.
All I can see from PSG at the moment is that they're just hoping to get somebody one-on-one, you know, with a defender, and they'll do a little bit of magic. They'll beat that player and create an opportunity. You know, that's why they're having to just pass the ball around the midfield area and go backwards at times, because they don't have that 8-10 creative player to jink past somebody, pick a pass, play a little 1-2 with somebody.
Dare I say, rather like Manchester United, they're a bit of a moments team.
Well, again, you look at Arsenal have been magnificent this season, but you know the way that Odegaard plays at times, you know, Declan Rice getting forward, there's a clear way that they're playing.
There's continuity, isn't
there? Yeah, Kai Havertz drops in. We know how Manchester City play, you know, with their movement and constant moving the ball, everybody, you know, always in a different position, you know, to break teams down. PSG, when you look at them now, we get a great view from sort of up high. They're quite static, and that's brilliant as a defender, because you're thinking, yeah, we'll deal with that all night long.
Now Nuno Mendes on this near side, he was looking for Mbappe, but Ryerson was very close to him, so Marquinhos will go wide towards the right-hand side again, and Hakimi, Dembele, Mbappe jogging into the penalty area at the far post, and Hakimi tried to find Dembele, the challenge comes in, and it will be a throw-in for Paris Saint-Germain as Luis Enrique, man who coached Barcelona to the Champions League back in 2015, paces around this technical area here. Coutinho. He also beat Paris Saint-Germain when Barcelona won the Cup Winners' Cup under Sir Bobby Robson back in the 1990s. Now Hakimi again. Back towards Marquinhos, and Fabian Ruiz will look for Nuno Mendes. The early cross in from him, and Gonzalo Ramos was trying to come across the near post, but Max Hummels was always able to just step in and clear the ball away.
Very little threat offered by PSG so far. Dortmund look comfortable at the back. Max Hummels 35. Playing against Mbappe and Dembele. You know, surely they've got to try and expose that.
Well, he was superb in the first leg. Now Mbappe believes we should have a corner on this near side as he tangles with Ryerson, but the Italian officials in the end decided it was a goal kick, and we're watching a replay, and Mbappe may have been a bit unlucky there. Don't forget, more European action coming up on Thursday. Olympiacos against Aston Villa in the Conference League semi-final second leg. Villa 4-2 down. Heading to Piraeus for that game. Jim Proudfoot and Andy Townsend will talk you through the action. Here is Sancho coming forward now. Nimble run into the penalty area. Low cross though is cut out at the near post by Lucas Beraldo. 25 minutes have gone here, and Dortmund have had very few alarms. 0-0, and there's still a goal up from the first leg. Emre Can.
I almost feel if Dortmund can nick a goal, it's almost game over. Because they're so well organised, so well disciplined. If they can get that first goal, I think it's going to be almost impossible for PSG.
Now Fabian Ruiz. Wide to the far side again, and Marquinhos. Dembele takes over. Hakimi makes the run in behind, but it was cut out well by Matson, and it will be a throw-in to Paris Saint-Germain. And you're listening to PSG against Dortmund in the Champions League on talkSPORT with Village Hotels. Visit villagehotels.com. Both teams with 3 attempts on goal so far. PSG with 2 attempts on target. There was the volley from Mbappe straight at the goalkeeper, and the nudge from Ramos straight at the goalkeeper. Fabian Ruiz finding Gonzalo Ramos now. Coutinho wide towards Mbappe, coming infield down the left-hand side. Back towards Coutinho. Goes for the right-footed curler. Very ambitious from the angle, high over the top.
We're only 26 minutes in, but that's frustration starting to creep in. Coutinho, that's never got in. You know, 23, 24 yards out on the angle, trying to bend one in the top corner. Very, very difficult.
Of course, we talk about the star quality of players like Mbappe, but every single member of the PSG team is under 30 years of age, and it's only the second time since 2012 that the Champions League side is so young. The first time, or the previous occasion, was in the first leg as Matson plays it wide to this near side, and Sancho. Now Brandt takes over, and Dortmund looking very composed when they try and bring the ball forward themselves. Schlotterbeck, who set up the goal for Fulkrug, finding the goal scorer from the first leg on the edge of the penalty area, laid back towards Emre Can, and then, having given them the big build-up about composure, Ryerson takes his eye off the ball and it's straight out of play. There is the commentator's curse with 27 minutes played, but it's still 0-0.
I'm also not sure PSG, they're a better team than they used to be. Luis Enrique has certainly got them, more organised as a team. I think before there were too many superstars, and it was very much like a case of just go out and play and do your thing. But even I'm not sure how, out of possession, their philosophy to try and win the ball back. It almost just looks like they're waiting for Dortmund to make a mistake at times. It's not like there's a high press, or not like they've got a low block. It's like they're just, okay, we'll just see what happens, and if we can nick it, we'll nick it. It still seems a little bit off the cuff.
Big day coming up on Saturday on the talkSPORT network. We have Fulham against Manchester City in game day at 12:30 with Reshman, Sam Matterface and Martin Keown. Game day live with Adrian Durham, with all the goals as they go in. Spurs against Burnley will be over on talkSPORT 2 at 3 with Ian Danta and Chris Awalamo. And then we have the rearranged, or the delayed, MK Dons Crawley second leg from the League 2 playoff semi-final. That's at 7:45 with Alex Crook and Adrian Clark. At the moment, Crawley 2 goals up. Half-time in the first leg against MK Dons tonight. And then the Championship playoffs get underway on Sunday at noon. It is the Danny Mills derby, Norwich against Leeds, 2:15 West Brom against Southampton. Both those games live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Now Adeyemi coming forward for Dortmund on the far side, but he runs into Hakimi. And neither side has really created too much so far, but as we keep saying, Danny, the onus is on PSG.
Oh, look at that, yeah. Dortmund look comfortable at the moment. What I would say, again, I watched this game last week. I don't think either of these teams could beat Bayern Munich or Real Madrid unless they're incredibly lucky.
Here is Sancho now, breaking into the penalty area, left-hand side, juggling the ball from foot to foot. The back heel looks to release Adeyemi, and it's cut out by Marquinhos. And again, both teams are just trying to force it at times with the odd flick when it's not really required. We've seen Mbappe do it for PSG and Sancho do it there as Fabian Ruiz finds Mbappe for Paris Saint-Germain. On this near side, Nuno Mendes steps away from Fulkrug, and now there is space for Mbappe down the left-hand side to attack the penalty area. Cuts in field onto the right foot. It's almost set up for the curler, but it's squared towards Zaire Emery, and then Dembele from the angle right-hand side blazes high over the top.
A little bit better from PSG, but Dortmund is so well organised. Look at that. Mbappe comes inside. He's then faced by 3 Dortmund players. They know exactly what he wants to do. He wants to come into that right foot. They drive him wide, they force him backwards. It ends up going to Dembele on the far side, who snatches his shot, leaning back, doesn't even hit the target.
Well, PSG have only failed to score in 2 of their last 38 home games in the UEFA Champions League. And they've won 6 of 9 ties after losing in the first leg, and that includes 2 victories after a 1-0 loss. So they do have the pedigree to turn things around.
They don't have the players there, Nigel. When you talk about those teams that come back in the past, littered with superstars. I would say this team's got 1 superstar, possibly 2 with a goalkeeper, maybe.
And 1 or 2 possibles, 2 young players who could make it come good.
But they're not world-class superstars at the moment. On the board,
again, they're relying on Mbappe to carry them to a certain extent. Here is Dembele though, found by Mbappe. Slipped through to Zaire Emery, back towards Dembele again, low crossing, blocked at the near post, by Slotterbeck, and it will be a corner to Paris Saint-Germain. 32 minutes played here on talkSPORT, 0-0, so Dortmund still a goal up.
Again, the cross comes in. 3 Dortmund players across the width of the goal in the box, not 1 PSG player.
Marquinhos challenging the high ball, and it drops to Mbappe inside the penalty area. And now Nuno Mendes with a poor ball in, quickly cut out by Fulkrug, who's not really built to lead a counter-attack, but he does his job. He holds off the challenge of Beraldo and then draws the foul from him, and it will be a free kick for Dortmund midway inside their own half. And Nicholas Fulkrug, the ultimate late developer at the highest level, 31 years of age, and this is his first season in Europe.
He plays the role like Olivier Giroud does a little bit for France. You know, it's selfless at times. He stays up there, he holds the ball up, he has to win headers, occupy defenders. Isn't going to score bundles of goals, but it's vitally important to the way that the team plays.
Of course, nobody really heard of him outside of Germany when he played in the World Cup. Scored a couple of goals in the group stage, even though Germany went home early.
But also, you have to remember, Olivier Giroud won a World Cup without having a shot on target. As France number 9. I mean, that's bonkers, isn't it, really, when you think about it?
I think the French won the World Cup in 1998 without the number 9 having a shot on target, although I don't think that was more by accident rather than design for Stefan Guiboch. 33 minutes play, 0-0. And at the moment, Dortmund are heading back to Wembley. Nuno Mendes finding Vitinha. Fabian Ruiz takes over on this near side. There are young players, but players with so much European experience throughout this Paris team. Now Dembele. Here is Beraldo, one of the true novices, only his 5th European appearance tonight, having been signed from Sao Paulo in January. Nuno Mendes on this near side, neat trick to evade Sancho initially, but Sancho comes back to him. Nuno Mendes slips. And then it's lofted all the way back towards Beraldo again. And here is Marquinhos finding Dembele, who looks to twist and turn away from the challenge of Emre Can. Finding Hakimi, the low ball in is helped away by Slotterbeck at the near post. Sancho with an important touch, but he's now given away to Vitinha. On the edge of the penalty area, Gonzalo Ramos now. On the outside is Fabian Ruiz, cut back to Mbappe, but he's unable to make conclusive contact as the challenge came in on the edge of the 6-yard area, and Dortmund now can spring forward on the counter-attack. Adeyemi deep into the penalty area. Adeyemi with a shot, good save by Donnarumma. Big strong hand from Donnarumma there to keep his team in touch after Adeyemi made a startling break from the halfway line and almost gave Dortmund the goal they were craving.
What a magnificent save from Donnarumma. Keeps him in the Champions League semi-final. But Adeyemi was like that in the first leg. He was superb. His pace, his drive was magnificent. He took it on his own. Fulkrug was doing his best to support him. The wasted cross from PSG just hit into the box aimlessly. Adeyemi was very, very unlucky not to score.
Now Fabian Ruiz on this near side the left. It was a Dembele crossing. There wasn't a single blue shirt inside the penalty area.
And this is why I say that there's no pattern to their attack. They must have put in 10, 12, 15 crosses so far, with no real thought, no real movement from any centre forward to try and get across a defender and get a touch on it. It's just, oh, we're out wide, we'll just cross it. Aimlessly at times.
9 minutes to play in the first half. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Borussia Dortmund 0. Here on talkSPORT, the Germans a goal up from that first leg. And don't forget, Alan Brazil and Super Ali McCoy is back on your airwaves for the breakfast show tomorrow morning. And they'll be joined by the former Newcastle, Everton and England manager, Sam Allardyce. I'm sure Bolton fans would like a mention there as well. And of course, you may be looking back on a Bolton trip to Wembley if things go their way in the playoffs tonight over on talkSPORT 2. Breakfast tomorrow, live from 6 o'clock here on talkSPORT.
I remember when Big Sam got to a cup from Cardiff. Lost.
Having said that, Barnsley have just taken the lead at Bolton over on talkSPORT. Sam Cosgrove, who came on very late in the game and scored on Friday, got man of the match, but basically playing 15 minutes from the Barnsley sponsors. He scored, so it's 3-2 now on aggregate. There'll be a big crowd at the Sheep Stadium tonight. Always careful with that one. And there'll be a nervous crowd now as Marquinhos comes forward. There's a Dortmund player down, full through, flat out on the turf, midway inside the Dortmund half. The play continues, but Mbappe has given the ball away. Ryerson will knock the ball out, and there could be treatment here for the Dortmund play.
Yeah, I think the referee has to accept this possible head injury in the end. But again, we've just seen it again. Crosses going in. Mbappe's all alone, and there's 4 defenders around him in the 6
What a challenge it was from Hummels as well.
But that's the point. But they can gamble. And then when you actually see the replay of Adeyemi breaking forward, I mean, he does brilliantly to hold off the defenders. That's a fantastic shot, and he's almost sliding. But what a hand from Donnarumma. And that goes in. Wow. And it's PSG have got more than Everest to climb.
And Dortmund have won 17 of 20 ties after winning their first leg, but they've lost the last 2 in that sort of scenario. Here, back in 2020, and against Chelsea in the round of 16 last season. I should also mention as well, we were talking about Sunday's action, the playoffs on talkSPORT. Over on talkSPORT 2, it is the Women's FA Cup final. There'll be a new name on the trophy. Spurs against Manchester United, live from Wembley on Sunday with Adrian Durham, Joe Shannon and Courtney Sweetman-Kirk.
Something the Women's Super League back on, though, isn't it? It is. Let's concede the target maybe not.
It's going to be a great final day.
And 8 goals scored already. Emma Hayes.
And if you missed it, Manchester City had the victory which basically won them the title on Sunday, live on talkSPORT 2, until Arsenal, who can't win the league now, scored twice in the last minute, which effectively gave Chelsea the opportunity to come back in the race, and they took that with an 8-0 victory against Bristol City on Sunday night. So they have a game in hand.
They do. Do you think Emma Hayes has learned from Mourinho's mind game?
Certainly seems like Emma Hayes has been ahead of Jose Mourinho with mind games for many years.
Why not? Go back to Jose and Tom, who's off the chart.
I think she's not too far behind at times. 39 minutes played, 0-0. Full through back on his feet. Sabitzer now plays it back to full through. Good ball wide to this near side, and Sancho, who spins back into the central area. Wide towards Ryerson, the only ball into the near post, and to see what he was trying to do to find Sabitzer, who was on the move, but it was overhit and claimed by Donnarumma.
It was the right idea, just trying to bend it round the winner into that second 6-yard box. Just didn't quite get enough curl on it, and needs to pick up to Donnarumma.
Now Fabian Ruiz, wide to this near side, and Mbappe again.
3 players around him again. They know they can afford to double the treble up on him.
But he's looking to hit the byline. Good run from him, but in the end the cross straight into the arms of Koval. And look, I'm not going to make it easy for Mbappe, but it was difficult for him because he looks up. There are 2 players marked by 5 in the box. Someone's got to make an incredible run to get anything.
And this is my point. It's like the front 3 somehow don't find his goal. No particular plan, there's no overload. Oh, here we go.
Given away now to Adeyemi. Here is Brandt on the far side, spins into the challenge of Marquinhos. It was Beraldo who gave the ball away very cheaply in midfield, but Adeyemi on this occasion unable to make something of it. And Marquinhos is coming forward now, and you can see him waving his teammates forward because they've hit a brick wall here in the first half, Paris Saint-Germain.
It's almost like they've run out of ideas already. And they're just relying on Mbappe to create a moment of magic. And as good as he is, when he's surrounded by 2, 3, 4 players at times, it's very, very difficult.
Coutinho lets fly from 25 yards out, right footed, and it's straight at Gregor Koval.
Great scoring from there. I mean, that's 30 yards, possibly plus. I think you've got him afraid 25. I mean, realistically, that has to fly in the top corner. That's a 1 in a million shot.
Full crew, beaten to it in the air by Beraldo, and then Fabian Ruiz has been barged over by Julian Ryerson, and it will be a free kick for Paris Saint-Germain. 3 minutes to play as Luis Enrique continues to pace around his technical area. He has a big 15 minutes coming up, and Dortmund will now have eyes firmly fixed on the half-time whistle. If they can get there at 0-0, they will be very happy. They've had the game's best chance in many ways. As Brandt comes forward again, looking for Adeyemi. Crucial touch though from Hakimi, but then Hakimi tries to keep the ball in play, almost gifted it back to Adeyemi. Adeyemi then goes down as he has a token clash with Marquinhos, and it was all a bit of nonsense. I really like Adeyemi. Like I said last week, I think I wouldn't be surprised if the Premier League team looked at him. He's got great technique. He's still a little bit raw. He can improve, that is for sure. But his energy levels, with his want to track back, help out his fullback, and then burst forward at the other end. Perfect for the Premier League. Only 22 years of age, and he gets the ball now. Back to Maatsen on the far side. Maatsen with a lovely spin away from Zaire Emery, but then he just slips at the crucial moment. But Hakimi still has to deal with the situation, and Dortmund have a throw-in just in front of their supporters in the far corner.
But they'll be delighted. 2 minutes go before half-time. Keeping it at that end of the pitch. If they can get in 0-0, great first half for them.
All crew managing to flick on the throw-in, but it comes to nothing. Now Virginia. Marquinhos. PSG have had more possession, but very little of it has had real conviction so far. But now Hakimi on the charge. Gonzalo Ramos was waiting in the centre, but again Dortmund managed to deal with it. Schlotterbeck was drawn out to the centre to make the challenge, unable to keep the ball in play, and it will be a throw-in for Paris Saint-Germain.
Because Dortmund are working so hard, they've always got 4 defenders against 3. They've then got at least Emre Can sat in front of that, and another midfielder, winger, coming back to help out. So they constantly outnumber PSG. You know, PSG were attacking with 3, occasionally 4 players. Dortmund always have 6 back. So a player can afford to dive in, take a gamble on the challenge, because he knows even if he gets beat, he's got another player behind him.
Hakimi again. A successful spell with Dortmund, and he's on the overlap, pulls it back low, but Schlotterbeck again is well set just to sweep the ball away, but now Adeyemi is giving the ball away to Vitinha on the edge of the penalty area, into Mbappe down the right-hand side. He comes in field, plays it all the way out to Fabio Ruiz. Oh, goodness me, it takes a deflection. It was pinged in by Ruiz, it was going miles wide, but then it hits the retreating Schlotterbeck, pings across the area, and just wide for a corner.
And that looks almost like the only way that PSG are going to score at the moment. I mean, that was going to the edge of the 18-yard box.
Dembele with the corner, high to the far post. Marquinhos arriving, kicks the ball alive, fisted away by Kobel. But then a free kick's been given for a push by Mbappe on Sabitzer. And we are into a single minute of added time at the end of the first half.
Well, and that would suggest, just that single minute, that not an awful lot has happened with the game. You know, it's been a very tepid first half, which I think Dortmund will be delighted with.
Well, the onus is on Paris Saint-Germain to get the goals. Dortmund can sit in, and they've done that with a degree of comfort so far, as Hummels swings a high ball forward, and that is half-time. 1 or 2 boos from the home supporters. It's been 45 minutes of frustration for Paris Saint-Germain. They have puffed and puffed, but created very little. The best opportunity for Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi. His shot was excellently saved by Gianluigi Donnarumma. And at half-time, Borussia Dortmund are 45 minutes away from Wembley. 0-0 on the night. Dortmund lead 1-0 on aggregate.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Just to keep you up to date with what's going on in the EFL playoffs currently as well. It's an absolute barnstormer of a game at the Tough Sheet Community Stadium. Barnsley have got themselves back into their second leg semi-final tie against Bolton, but Bolton has struck twice coming towards the end of the first half. Aaron Collins and Towell scoring the goals, cancelling out Sam Cosgrove's header on 36 minutes. All to play for, but it's 5-2 currently on aggregate in injury time in the first half. Meanwhile, in League Two in the semi-final first leg, Crawley are 2-0 up against MK Dons thanks to first half goals from Liam Kelly and Jay Williams. There's about half an hour left to play in that tie. You can listen to that on the talkSPORT app. Just download it and swipe between to listen. Of course, Golden Barnsley is over on talkSPORT 2 right now. That was also an 8 o'clock kickoff, just blown for half-time there. But at the Parc de France, a cagey, I think it's fair to say, second leg semi-final between PSG and Dortmund, Danny Mills. It did spring to life in the last 10 minutes of the half, but I think you called it exactly right in that PSG have kind of run out of ideas. I mean, Dortmund are marking Mbappe out of the game completely. So who needs to step up and make the breakthrough for Luis Enrique's side?
Well, the rest of the team, as simple as that. You know, Mbappe can't do it all on his own. You've seen several times where he's got the ball, 2, 3, 4 players in and around him at times. Because PSG don't have a really way of attacking it and get an overload or midfield runners going beyond any forward players, it's quite easy to defend against. PSG are waiting for one moment of brilliance from more likely Mbappe, possibly Dembele. That's about it at the moment. There's not too much threat other than that. And like I said, because you know, it's 6 versus 4 at the back, and they can afford to dive in at times. Sorry.
Yeah, no, don't you apologise. Adeyemi actually had the best chance for Dortmund on the counter-attack, and it kind of looks as if Dortmund are more likely to score, actually, and double their lead.
Well, PSG can't defend, though.
No.
They couldn't defend last week. It was a straight ball over the top where full crew got in. Who isn't the quickest of players. It was quite easy to run in behind and smash an unbelievable half volley. And Adeyemi almost did exactly the same thing. And I think Dortmund will be delighted. Edin Terzic will be really, really pleased. Not only have they kept a clean sheet, looked comfortable, but they've been able to do it without having to expend anywhere near as much energy as they did last week so far. So they should be fresh and able to go again for the next 45 minutes.
What are you expecting from the next 45, though? Because at the minute the game plan is working perfectly, as you said, for Edin Terzic. Does he stick with more of the same?
Terzic will, without a shadow of a doubt. They will play exactly the same. I really like Dortmund. They're not a team of superstars.
No.
They defend very, very well. They're incredibly organised, which doesn't get enough credit in this day and age. They will play out from the back when they have an opportunity, but when they're put under pressure, they'll play long, or occasionally they'll put their foot right through it and just clear the ball up the other end of the pitch, squeeze up and reset. And that gets criticised an awful lot in modern day football. But they've got a really good mix of when to play and when not to play. You know, and I think that's what you have to do, you know, most of the time. Teams overplay far too much and get caught out. You've not seen Dortmund do that. They don't take unnecessary risks. PSG will have to start throwing caution to the wind at some point, gambling, getting players forward, and I think that will leave them open and exposed at the back, where hopefully for Dortmund, the likes of Sancho and Adeyemi, especially in full crew, will be able to capitalise.
Yeah, we'll see whether Luis Enrique decides to make any changes at the break. It is goalless at half-time at the Parc de France. Dortmund still a goal up on aggregate and heading to the Champions League final at Wembley as it stands. But PSG have form, don't they? Can they come from behind again and give Mbappe his perfect farewell? Second half action coming up next here on talkSPORT.
Kick off on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. We play together. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Tar is all about finding that sweet spot. You want a small, stylish car with a decent boost and loads of tech. Then the Hyundai i20 is ideal. Or you want a compact SUV, in which case the Bayon is spot on. And with at least £1,250 towards your deposit and 3.9% APR representative, the timing couldn't be sweeter. Find your sweet spot at Hyundai.co.uk. Ends 1st July 24. Finance subject to status. Hyundai UK is a credit broker, not a lender. Terms apply.
We're not a bit Spanish. We're not vaguely Spanish. Somewhat Spanish or Spanish. Estrella Galicia Cerveza is 100% Spanish.
Just look for the label. Brewed slowly for 5 generations in A Coruña, using the finest Galician ingredients. So as a 100% authentic Spanish beer, it's time we say, cheers to the pretenders. We'll take it from here. Estrella Galicia. Spanish, not Spanish.
There will be 14 minutes of extra time.
With Betfair's 90-minute payout, you don't have to wait for the final whistle to celebrate. Because your winning bet will be paid out in full at 90 minutes. Betfair. Applies to match odds 90 market or markets with a 90 icon. Sportsbook exclusive. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
The future of eco-friendly gardening and landscaping is here. Introducing the Ego Pro X range of battery-powered outdoor power equipment. A super tough, super powerful range for the hard-working professionals, the landscapers, the groundsmen, and the gardeners who demand the best. Say goodbye to the noise, the fuss, and the fumes of petrol, and embrace a greener, cleaner solution. The Ego Power Plus Pro X range. Power beyond belief. Search Ego Pro X today.
Just hearing the sound of something can transport you, taking you to a happy place, the great outdoors. If you like the sound of that, then it's time for Golf Now. Our app is the ultimate golf companion for booking tee times. A few taps on your phone, and you're tapping it in on the green. Sound good? Download Golf Now today.
Heating, cooling everywhere. Same day quotes, next day delivery. You can even get a 10-year warranty.
If your business installs split systems, VRF, chillers or heat pumps, MyDear, a worldwide air treatment brand and global sponsor of Manchester City, is looking to make you our next MyPro signing. Win more, earn faster. That's the MyDear idea.
MyDear. Stu White and Simon Jordan on talkSPORT. Mid-morning radio that's up for the job.
They're more the ones that need to be marginalised.
Concrete sports talk.
This is moving as we speak.
Rapid setting opinion.
Did you pay for a ticket? No, I did a Jim White special.
Big names all bagged up.
Kim Sooners is with us live this morning.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Delivered tomorrow morning from 10 on talkSPORT by Selco Builders Warehouse. Order online for free delivery at selcobw.com. Champions League live on talkSPORT with Village Hotels. With 33 locations across the UK, Village Hotels have everything under one roof for a great breakaway.
Passion, heartbreak, glory, despair, triumph. The Champions League live. What a finish on talkSPORT.
This is Kickoff on talkSPORT. I'm Faye Carruthers, bringing you live commentary of the Champions League semi-finals, second leg between PSG and Dortmund. Goalless at half-time at the Parc des Princes, with Dortmund leading by a goal to nil on aggregate. Can PSG become the first side in the history of the Champions League to overturn a first-leg deficit in both the quarter-finals, which they did against Barcelona, and the semi-finals? A big 45 minutes coming up shortly. First, though, let's get the half-time odds with Ladbrokes.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. We play together. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
So to go through to the final, you can get PSG at 11 to 10 and Dortmund at 13 to 20. And as Ladbrokes specials, you can get Jadon Sancho to score any time at 8 to 1, and Kylian Mbappe to score one goal is 3 to 1. That was the latest odds with Ladbrokes. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. We play together. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Real Madrid will feel that a draw in Munich gives them the first leg advantage.
They have built a team that they hope will last for a decade plus, over a number of years.
The goal has been coming, and Jude Bellingham provides it.
I think with Real Madrid, they somehow get through games that they have no business getting through.
We are not focused only on one aspect of the game. We have to be focused on all the aspects.
Leroy Sané, oh, it's a stunner!
If we want to have a chance to win, there is no other way than 100%.
Kane has scored, and Bayern have turned it around. They lead.
Every player, every club want to win trophies, and that's the ultimate goal every season.
All the ingredients are there. That said, Real Madrid's second leg at the Bernabeu, history tells us that it normally goes in favour of Madrid.
It's 2-2. The second leg will be unmissed live on talkSPORT, your home of live football.
Oh, I absolutely cannot wait for that one. It's live on talkSPORT, an 8 o'clock kickoff. Real Madrid 2, Bayern Munich 2 at the halfway stage in what is an absolutely thrilling Champions League semi-final second leg. Adrian Durham is going to be nervous on the night because he's going to be presenting from the Western Homes Stadium. Peterborough looking to try and overturn a deficit themselves. They trail Oxford United 1-0 going into their second leg. It's live on talkSPORT 2 tomorrow, and Adrian will be bringing you all the updates as we have commentary here on talkSPORT of Real Madrid against Bayern Munich. Just to let you know as well, the League One semi-final second leg between Bolton and Barnsley at half-time. The aggregate score to Bolton is now 5-2. Barnsley have got themselves back into it, but not enough, I'm afraid. And Crawley, oh my goodness, what a performance this is in the League Two semi-final first leg, currently at the Broadfield Stadium, which you can hear on the talkSPORT app. It was a 7:30 kickoff. There's about 20 minutes left to play in that, and actually absolutely incredible. Crawley's first ever playoff. They snuck into 7th place in the first place at the expense of Barrow on the final day, and they're now 3 goals to the good against MK Dons. Ronan Darcy, the latest goal scorer for them. Danny Mills, former England and Leeds United, and Manchester City, of course, defender, with us for commentary of PSG Dortmund. A really tantalising prospect, Real Madrid Bayern Munich tomorrow, Danny.
Oh, it is, and I think that's the winners of the Champions League in that side of the draw. And I'm pretty sure they'll be watching this tie this evening, looking and thinking, no real danger. You know, whoever gets through will be massive favourites to win the Champions League. We all know football can throw up, you know, an odd one-off game and something a little bit different. But when you look at the quality of the sides in that game, in Bayern and Madrid, compared to this evening, I think there's a huge gulf in class.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating, isn't it? Wembley Stadium as well. And as we mentioned earlier on, if it is Bayern Munich getting through, and Harry Kane, of course, repping for England, and it is Borussia Dortmund going through tonight, which at the moment they are with that narrow 1-0 lead on aggregate over PSG, then it's a repeat of the 2013 final, which was at Wembley Stadium anyway. And you know, I love an omen, but Dortmund would love to win that. But as you said, they'd be underdogs again for it, wouldn't they? Who do you see shining? I mean, it's really obvious, isn't it? Everybody always immediately goes to Jude Bellingham in that game, but who's going to shine tomorrow night, and who's ultimately going to win?
That, Faye, he was very quiet in the first one, wasn't he? You know, again, it's difficult. You know, all the focus is on him. It's a bit like Jadon Sancho tonight. All the focus, you know, Jadon Sancho was amazing during the first leg because, you know, he was reborn, he was going to be X, Y, Z. He's been very, very quiet this season. You know, hasn't done an awful lot so far. Has done okay. Hasn't done anything particularly wrong, but it's just been steady away. There'll be something. It might be Harry Kane, you know, that steps up tomorrow night. It could be Vinicius Junior. There are 2 teams littered with pure quality.
Yeah,
tonight is slightly different.
It is. Those players that are still quality players, by the way, are gathered in the tunnel.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I mean, they're in the semi-final of the Champions League. We've got to give them a bit of credit.
But when you're talking about world-class, hey, I got to a Champions League semi-final. You don't have to be that great. Trust me. Some very, very average players can get to that. Don't worry. But it's very much, you know, Madrid and Bayern Munich. There are superstars all over the place. In this game tonight, we are looking at 2 or 3 max, I would say.
Well, one of them is leaving PSG at the end of the season, and we'd love for it to be a fond farewell, bringing the club their first piece of Champions League silverware. The Borussia Dortmund players are back out. Big 45 minutes for them. I wonder whether there'll be any changes for Luis Enrique as he looks to try and get his side back into this game. Huge 45 minutes for both of these teams. Sit back and enjoy the second half commentary here on talkSPORT with your team of Danny Mills and Nigel Adderley.
Thank you, Faye. And it's another omen that 15 of Paris Saint-Germain's 19 goals in the Champions League this season have come in the second half. So Dortmund will know that the job is far from done. Daniele Orsato, our Italian referee, allows Dortmund to get the second half underway, wearing all yellow, defending the goal away to our right. A long ball is played forward, looking for Füllkrug, who does well to win the ball in the air under significant pressure, but it's out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Paris Saint-Germain.
But like we talked about, Nigel, at the very start, you know, we thought the atmosphere would be quite vociferous to start off with. It soon died down, didn't it? Very, very quickly. The crowd decided to like you. No one's had even a few sort of cheers, groans at half-time.
Well, we've spoken about the yellow wall off the field last week. There's been a yellow wall on the pitch for Paris Saint-Germain so far to try and overcome, and they've not really had the wit or the guile to try and deal with it. Luis Enrique at the moment may just be hoping that one of his big names comes up in that moment to bring them back into the tie. The youngster Beraldo has it in the centre circle. A reminder of the two teams again. Donnarumma in goal for Paris Saint-Germain. Hakimi, Marquinhos, Beraldo and Nuno Mendes. The back four. Zaire Emery, Vitinha and Fabio Ruiz supporting Dembele, Gonzalo Ramos and Mbappe. As Vitinha comes forward now in towards Dembele. It's worked right towards Hakimi. Great ball across the penalty area. And Ryerson with a really good challenge at the bottom post. With Mbappe lurking, and it will be a corner kick to Paris Saint-Germain. And it's played short quickly by Mbappe. Towards Dembele again. Mbappe opens up the angle, the shot is deflected, it comes to Zaire Emery, and he's hit the post. And that maybe was the opportunity for Paris, but for the 11th time this season, they have hit the woodwork in the Champions League.
He's holding his rib cage for some reason. I mean, Ramos does great to clear it off the line. Oh, it comes back and hits him in the stomach. That's why off the post. It's obviously a much better start from PSG. But if the ball came in from Mbappe, as he knows, he loves the cutting on that right foot, curls it goalwards. It's heading towards goal, and it's Ramos sits to right foot and actually kicks it backwards, which takes it into the path of Zaire Emery, who then, let's say, misses the target from 4 yards.
Well, they've hit the woodwork 11 times, and that's the most since Barcelona in the 2011-12 season. Of course, they hit the post, each post, twice in quick succession early in the second half last week.
In the space of about 7 seconds.
Yes. And Zaire Emery, the 18-year-old, has done likewise here. Hakimi coming forward again. Now Dembele. Back towards Zaire Emery.
I think they've changed the system, Nigel. When I look at it, it looks like Nuno Mendes is almost on as a winger, or almost as a centre forward at times. Almost like they've got 4 up front.
Maybe Fabio Ruiz has dropped in, maybe.
It almost looks like it's 3 at the back. And they're going to allow Nuno Mendes to go forward as much as possible to try and create some kind of overload, which they weren't getting in the first half.
Well, Faye was talking about time about maybe a lack of plan B. I'm not entirely sure what plan A was for Paris Saint-Germain during the first half, but it didn't really seem to work. And now Dortmund will try and break with Adeyemi on this near side the left. He runs into Marquinhos. The back pass to Donnarumma, overhit though, and it goes behind for a needless corner kick from Paris' point of view.
It's a terrible back pass. I mean, Donnarumma's not the greatest with his feet. Give him a chance at least. You know, it's really good defending in the first place, Marquinhos. But then just turns and plays it blind. Donnarumma's got no chance of keeping that in.
Only Dortmund's second corner. 4 minutes into the second half. 0-0. Julian Brandt, their playmaker, will take it. Brandt with an in-swinger, high to the far post, free header for Mats Hummels! And Dortmund have the goal they were looking for, and it's the veteran who may have sent Dortmund all the way from Paris to Wembley. He knows what it's like to be on the outside looking in for Borussia Dortmund, but he may have put them back on centre stage. Mats Hummels thunders in the header, and the Parc des Princes has been silent. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Borussia Dortmund 1, and the Germans have a 2-goal lead.
It's a great header at the far post. The marking is absolutely horrific. It is really poor. Beraldo, the youngster that gets caught out by the senior Mats Hummels. It's just a simple corner to the back post. He's level with the back post. He doesn't really have to move. He doesn't even have to block anybody. Straight to the back post, no challenge, nods it into an empty net, no one on the back post either. We saw that in the quarter-final when Christensen came on. When his first touch, put it into the back of the net with a header from a corner. That's almost a carbon copy. I told you at the beginning, PSG can't defend. I mean, that's awful defending.
Now Mbappe at the other end sees his route to goal cut off by Ryerson, and Brandt can now lead the counter-attack. And it's wide towards Sancho, cutting the field from the right-hand side. His body checked, was it not according to the referee? He crumbled under the challenge of Lucas Beraldo, but Daniel Orsato says get up.
He had a bad touch, lost the ball, and then ran into Brel. I think had he still been in control of the ball, he might have got a foul there, but he's touched the ball and kicks it long way away.
Now Dembele coming forward now. Dortmund a goal up on the night. 2-0 up on aggregate.
Can I just say though, Mats Hummels half celebrated, didn't he? I think,
well, he knows what the job to do.
Exactly. But it was like, and that's obviously experience and seen it. But there was no run off the corner flag and knee slide. He just sort of like this way. He just sort of does it in his head. He went, yeah, good finish. And walked it back halfway.
His 114th European appearance. That's only his 7th goal. He played in the 2013 final for Dortmund against Bayern, lost, then moved to Bayern, and then came back to Dortmund. Mbappe plays it wide to the far side of Fabian Ruiz, who tries to find Mbappe again, and Mbappe is showing signs of agitation. His Champions League dream with Paris Saint-Germain is beginning to crumble here.
Well, the energy levels will go up 10% for Dortmund now, and I think they'll drop by 10-15% for PSG. Their body language doesn't look good at the moment.
And how fitting it would be that one of the players who lost in 2013 may have scored the goal to take Dortmund back to Wembley in 2024.
Well, played long over.
Yeah. But there's still time in the game for Paris Saint-Germain. Dembele comes in field, tries to slide the ball across to Mbappe, but it's cut out by Hummels. 52 minutes played on talkSPORT. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Borussia Dortmund 1, 2-0 on aggregate. Hakimi with a deep cross in, guided clear at the far post, very neatly by Sancho. And it's cleared downfield as far as Fulkrug. And Fulkrug has now done well to rob the youngster. And he can come forward and find Brandt. Brandt now has got Sancho to his right, but it's wide towards the left, and Adeyemi. Now back to Emre Can. Wide on this near side of the left. Gonzalo Ramos has come back to make the challenge. Wide open spaces now for Brandt to pick out the run of Ryerson. Quickly onto Sancho down the right. Sancho back towards Ryerson, who was trying to set himself for the cross. It's Mbappe who comes all the way back to concede the corner. And at the moment, Dortmund have Paris Saint-Germain exactly where they want them.
PSG have gone at the moment. As it stands right now, their heads have gone. Mbappe's had to chase all the way back to his own goal line to put the challenge in, to try and get some kind of reaction. The PSG players look absolutely shell-shocked at the moment. Like you said, we weren't even sure what plan A was. Plan B, I don't think existed, even in their heads. They now need a plan C.
Now Brandt with the corner kick for Dortmund. If they score here, it's all over. An outswinger towards Hummels again. He wins the header again, but this time Marquinhos with the challenge. And then Schlotterbeck goes down. clutching his ankle inside the penalty area, but I think he's the player who's been penalised. Coming back from an offside position to catch Zaire Emery.
I think the referee's given a foul. I'm not convinced. We'll just get a replay of the goal. I mean, Matson cannot believe his luck. He's got 2 yards of space, level with the back post inside the 6-yard box.
And if he hadn't got it, Slotterbeck would have done as well. I mean, two unmarked.
Talk about Christmas's come at once. I mean, that's such an easy goal.
But what a moment for Edin Terzic, a Dortmund fan. He's been part of the coaching system for a long time, apart from a spell at one-side Slaven Village at West Ham. But now he's back on centre stage as Marco Reus, another veteran, will come on now to replace Karim Adeyemi.
It's a strange one, though, isn't it? Adeyemi's full of energy. He's been the threat going forward.
Experience.
I wonder if they just want to get maybe a little bit more control of the football in the middle of the park and to try and stop PSG having a lot of the ball and controlling the tempo of the game.
Well, he also played in the 2013 final for Dortmund.
I commentated on it as well. Makes me feel really old.
So did I.
But they're still playing.
Now Brandt on this near side for Dortmund. All the way back to the halfway line and Schlotterbeck. Dortmund a goal up here with 56 minutes played. And at the moment, it is difficult to make a case to say that Paris Saint-Germain are coming back into this game. They are second best all over the field. A reminder, over on the talkSPORT app, Crawley leading FK Dons 3-0 in the first leg of the League 2 playoff semi-final. And on talkSPORT 2, Bolton have come from behind to lead Barnsley 2-1 on the night, 5-2 on aggregate. And if you download the talkSPORT app, you can swipe between all 3 commentaries. And what is a big night, whether you're a fan of Crawley, FK Dons, Bolton, Barnsley, Paris Saint-Germain or Borussia Dortmund.
Well, I think Bolton will go through it. And we'll get tomorrow night out. What sort of thing will Bolton will be a very, very difficult team to beat in that final.
And the former Bolton manager, Sam Allardyce, a guest with Ali McCoy and Alan Brazil on breakfast on talkSPORT tomorrow from 6 o'clock.
Is Alan in France as well? Is he on the champagne, yeah?
I think so, I don't know.
I know how he is. He was certainly there this morning when I was listening to him. Assuming he's going to get back tonight.
I don't think he will leave Paris tonight.
No, I thought Alan might have just popped out the odd glass of fizz.
Now Hakimi on this near side. Zaire Emery though has lost out to Branton. Royce can play it forward towards Fulkrug, who again looks to hold the ball up, doesn't get the free kick he was looking for. And Fabio Ruiz will play it wide towards Mbappe. His dream is fading here. Mbappe plays it back towards Vitinha, and they have policed Mbappe perfectly so far.
They turned up, they made it very, very difficult for him as they did in the first leg. Because there isn't too much threat from anywhere else.
Hakimi, infield again, and it's cut out by Emre Can, and Brandt can bring it forward. Fulkrug was making the burst over the halfway line, but it's square towards Royce. Royce then loses out to Zaire Emery.
There's no urgency for PSG, is there? They don't look like a team that's 2-0 down.
They look like a beaten team, don't they?
You're not thinking, alright, they're trying to get the ball forward, they're passing it quickly, they're trying to open them up. It's a very lukewarm tempo that they're playing. Still doing the same thing. No real movement from the front players. Just hoping and waiting that somebody, probably Mbappe, is going to create something.
Gary Kelly and Andy Brassel will be looking back on the Champions League semi-finals and also the conclusions of the European seasons on Trans Europe Express on talkSPORT this Sunday at 9 o'clock. Always a great listen, and we always learn something listening to Andy and Danny, of course, as well. 59 minutes played. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Borussia Dortmund 1. And so far the Germans have really done a job on Mbappe and co. 2-0 on aggregate. team, 5th in the Bundesliga, are on their way to the Champions League final. Now Vitinha, infield towards Gonzalo Ramos, who took the effort first time, but rather snatched at it, and it's high over the top.
It's a difficult opportunity, just a fraction behind him, bounced just in front of him, so he didn't really look confident. It was a leaning back, casual sort of flick at the ball, wasn't it? Didn't look like, yes, I'm going to score this. Harry Kane in that shot, the knee over the ball, bang, back of the net.
Well, it's a strange old season for Dortmund. They're not even the best team in their own province, with Bayern Leverkusen 24 points clear of them, the German champions, but of course they could be in the Europa League final. Dortmund are heading towards the Champions League final, so that part of Germany will be emptying rapidly as Hakimi comes forward on this near side. The low cross is blocked by Madsen, and it will be a corner kick for Paris, and their supporters try and find their voices, but it's been a chastening evening for them so far. An hour played, a goal down on the night, 2 down on aggregate. Vitinha, and again, it's so laboured in possession for Paris Saint-Germain. They need to move the ball a bit quicker in those sorts of areas. Here is Nuno Mendes, though, who lets fly, and goodness me, can you believe it, they hit the post again. Now Fabian Ruiz with the cross in. Marquinhos challenging for it. It comes back in towards Mbappe. It's a deep crossing, glanced away by Madsen at the far post, and it will be a corner. Well, PSG will believe they're out of luck. They hit the post twice in the first leg, and now twice here tonight. Short corner, played towards Dembele on this near side. High towards the far post, nodded away by Sabitzer. It's gathered by Mbappe. A buzz around the stadium as he receives it. Mbappe opens out the angle for the cross into the near post. Nodded clear by Emre Can, and volley cleared by Royce on this near side.
Well, Dortmund have just got to see out this little spell of pressure. There's Mendes that comes in the left-hand side. It's a decent shot. A couple of bounces, comes off the middle of the post, straight back out. Yeah, a little bit of fortune for Dortmund. I said that at the start of the game, they're going to have to play well, as they did in the first leg. Get a little bit of luck. That's exactly what they've got in it.
Now Dembele. Wide towards Nuno Mendes. Pull back for Gonzalo Ramos, and again he had a clear sight of goal about 8 yards out, and he didn't really seem to get his feet in order. It spins high over the top, and Gonzalo Ramos has had opportunities here, but no conviction whatsoever.
Again, if I'm at Hummels, Stotterbeck, look at it thinking, he's not too bothered. He's not really going to cause me major problems. Dembele possibly can, if he's at it, which isn't very often. Of course, Mbappe. And that's really it. And Dortmund has dealt with that threat incredibly well up to this point.
Well, Bradley Barcola has now come on, the 21-year-old signed from Lyon. And Marco Asensio has also replaced Fabian Ruiz. Asensio, of course, a player who has won multiple Champions Leagues with Real Madrid.
Mbappe's gone through the middle.
Here is Royce now, pulls it back to Sabitzer inside the area. The challenge comes in from Mendes. Given away, though, to Sancho. Sancho will try and take his man on inside the penalty area, but in the end he runs into Asensio. And Bradley Barcola, who is very quick, will bring it clear. But he's tracked down by Sabitzer, who takes one for the team and receives the game's first yellow card.
I'll take that all day long. PSG trying to break away. Sabitzer went, nah, not tonight, mate. I just dragged him there. Not quite Chiellini on Saka, but not far off it.
In confirmation, it was Gonzalo Ramos who went off to be replaced by Bradley Barcola.
He's been banging up, isn't he? Let's be honest. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to him, but he hasn't really performed. I mean, PSG have had 3 shots on target in this game. 3 shots on target in the first half.
Finding Ousmane Dembele, trips his way to the penalty area. He goes down. Hummels says the foul was outside the box. Initially, Daniel Osato, I think, pointed to the spot, but now I think he's given a free kick outside the area.
Well, I have to say, this could be
foul. Anyway, great refereeing. Oh, it's right on the line.
Well, on the line and in the box. Well, we have to remember that.
Maybe it was on the outer extremity of the line as Hummels lunged in, got nowhere near the ball.
VAR will have a very good look at this. Dembele chops inside. Hummels has slid in from a distance. He captured definitely foul. Oh, hang on.
Well, the cards are out, but it's a free kick, which Asensio is over.
That must be, because he catches his heel with his toe, that must be about 2 millimetres outside the line. If not, that's a penalty. Hummels, very, very fortunate.
Well, it's a game of millimetres, really. Asensio and Hakimi are over the free kick. And they're actually trying to move it back a bit to
Asensio just moved it about 2 yards.
Yeah.
Although the ball wasn't lined up before he pushed it.
Everybody back defending for Dortmund here. 65 minutes play.
It's hard to go over the wall then. He's almost got to go goalkeeper side, hoping it's a bit blindsided. But it's almost too close to get up and down over the wall.
Sabitzer is the draft excluder. Asensio drives it low and actually hits Marquinhos.
Who was the draft excluder?
He was the draft excluder, but Paris in front of the wall.
That was a falling work free kick.
Well, Marquinhos slipped right in front of the wall and did Sabitzer's job for him.
Asensio's only just come on it. It's his first touch. Taking a free kick.
Well, 66 minutes play, and you're listening to Paris Saint-Germain against Dortmund in the Champions League on talkSPORT with Village Hotels. Visit villagehotels.com.
Dembele's just controlled it straight out of play.
And Hummels was booked for that challenge, right on the edge of the penalty area. And there is going to be a change here for Dortmund.
He's an absolute unit, isn't he?
Yeah. Nicolas Süle is coming on for Jadon Sancho.
You ain't arguing with him anywhere. I don't think there's too many boxers that would argue him, or UFC guys. He's absolutely huge.
Won the Champions League with Bayern. This is 50th European appearance. Adeyemi. And now Maatsen on this near side. Maatsen looking to use his pace. He was away from Hakimi, who went down, but Marquinhos will try and shepherd the ball out of play. And I think Marquinhos might have knocked the ball out himself there.
Yeah, he did.
And the throw-in has been given to Dortmund. And Paris Saint-Germain are just not getting the basics right.
They're just trying to be too clever. You know, hold your ground, let the ball go out of play. He's trying to push Maatsen out of the way and do a little clever turn. No good.
Now Maatsen will take the throw in towards Fulkrug. Royce was looking to fasten onto it, but it's cleared away by Zaire Emery. The midpoint of the second half here on talkSPORT. Dortmund 2-0 up on aggregate.
Interesting that Nicolas Süle comes on for Jadon Sancho, who, after all the hype in the first leg, I think was very ordinary this evening.
Adam Phillips has equalised for Barnsley on the night at Bolton. 2-2 there. Over on talkSPORT 2. 5-3 to Bolton on aggregate. Phillips, who was sent off in the playoff final last season against Sheffield Wednesday, giving Barnsley some hope, but they're running out of time over on talkSPORT 2 with Jim and Mickey Gray. As Coutinho comes forward now for Paris Saint-Germain. We have commentary on the other semi-final coming up tomorrow night. Real Madrid against Bayern Munich. The programme live from London Road. Dembele with the cross in, put behind by Maatsen for a corner. Peterborough against Oxford will be over on talkSPORT 2. And we have Villa's trip to Olympiacos, 4-2 down in the Conference League on Thursday night. Now Coutinho on the edge of the penalty area, back towards Nuno Mendes. Bradley Barker on the left. Nuno Mendes takes over again. And the ball via a Dortmund player. Matt Hummels was brought down. Some pain. Fine Barker, but the referee has stopped play, but I think we'll answer the main challenge on Barker anyway.
I think that's Matt Hummels used all his experience. I think he took one in the chest, possibly on the chin. rightly so, he's gone down and just told the referee, I need a couple of minutes, just to take the sting out of the game. You're 3-0 there a minute ago, by the way, when you talk about Bayern versus Real Madrid. By the way, this is live from London Road. I'm thinking, hang on,
Yeah, you're not.
I thought they were Bernabeu. That's something Real Madrid have moved fields.
That would be something, Real Madrid against Bayern Munich, live from London Road. Anyway, it's Peterborough against Oxford then tomorrow. And we also got Doncaster against Crewe on Friday night on talkSPORT 2. Doncaster have had an incredible late run this season to move from relegation fears into the playoffs. 2 goals up from the first leg at Cresty Road yesterday. And we got Fulham Manchester City 12:30 on Saturday. Spurs against Burnley here on talkSPORT 2 at 3. And MK Dons against Crawley, the second leg of a semi-final which is going Crawley's way. They've won that tonight against MK Dons by 3 goals to 0. Got into the playoffs on the final day, and so often a team with momentum catches another side out, and they've done that tonight against MK Dons.
They also feel they've almost got nothing to lose as well. You know, they're all, we're fortunate to be in this situation, so let's just go for it. It's exactly what they've done.
We've got the Championship playoffs, both live on talkSPORT, back to back on Sunday. First legs, Norwich against Leeds at 12. West Brom against Southampton at 2:15 with the Women's FA Cup final. Spurs against Manchester United over on talkSPORT at 2:30 live from Wembley. Here, 19 minutes to play, and Paris Saint-Germain are going nowhere quickly.
Almost like Queenswood at first one. PSG had that little spell of 5 minutes where they hit the post, putting the Dortmund goal under a bit of pressure, and now that's just disappeared. And Dortmund now look very, very comfortable again. But they're still pressing, they're still forcing Marquinhos to go back. Dortmund have been incredibly well organised. I know this finished 19 minutes ago of normal time, but Dortmund deserve to win this.
Well, Paris Saint-Germain need 2 goals in 18 minutes to force extra time. Here is Zaire Emery. Wide towards Hakimi on this near side. Space for Dembele inside the penalty area. Mbappe takes over. A ball right across the 6-yard line, but no blue shirts attacking it. And it's cleared away by Ryerson in the far post.
See, that's almost like... Mbappe gets the ball. You're almost expecting him to go past somebody and shoot and score. Because he goes past somebody and crosses the ball, no one in a blue shirt seems to be expecting that. Look, there's nobody, not a single player in the 6-yard box for PSG when Mbappe goes past.
And that's not been all night.
No. It's almost like they haven't got a plan of attack.
Brandt lifted in towards Fulkrug inside the penalty area. Crucial intervention there from Vitinha. Paris will clear again, but Mbappe losing out to Hummels. And now Schlotterbeck. 3 central defenders now, but a good challenge on him from Dembele. And here is Bradley Barcola coming forward, but he heads into a cul-de-sac of yellow shirts. It's cleared away by Hummels, but quickly one back on this near side. Nuno Mendes finding Mbappe. Infield onto the right foot. And it was a real swinger. Miles wide.
Schlotterbeck, a little bit sloppy, giving the ball away just inside the PSG half. But again, Max Hummels used all his experience. Barcola ran at him, he just dropped off. And he went, okay, come on then, run at me. You make the decision, I'm not going to make your mind up for you. We saw that last night in the Man United game. Casemiro diving in, Johnny Evans diving in, Daniel Egg. Max Hummels just went, no, just kept retreating. And Barcola went, oh, I don't know what to do there.
Make him make the decision.
Yeah, and in that, what that allows, the first principle of defending is delay. That's what Max Hummels did, and it allowed all his players to get back and help him out. Really good experience defending.
Emre Can, wide to Manson on this near side, who just overruns it, and it will be a throw-in. The ball quickly fielded by Luis Enrique, but his position will come under scrutiny if Paris Saint-Germain lose this. The Champions League has become an obsession, and the locals may believe that without Mbappe, their last chance has gone, certainly for this generation. Now Hakimi goes down in this penalty area.
Yellow card for that.
Yeah. Royson's nowhere near him. The challenge comes in on this near side, and it was certainly a strong challenge from Ousmane Dembele, and he gets a yellow card for it on Manson.
I think he might actually get the ball, but the fact that he sprints and jumps and slides from almost 10 yards away, he does, he gets the ball.
But it's Schlotterbeck,
yeah, but his foot is up. In this day and age, you're always going to pick up a yellow card for that. Looks a lot worse than it is.
Keane, Lee Kang-in is coming on for Paris Saint-Germain to replace Warren Zaïre-Emery, the South Korean international signed from Mallorca. Did score against Milan in the group stage. Well, we have 15 minutes to play here. And Paris Saint-Germain need 2 goals. A goal down on the night, 2-0 on aggregate. Sabitzer, still full of running, comes forward now for Dortmund, finding Brandt. Lovely change of feet into the penalty area. Brandt with a right foot shot, and it took a deflection. It's over the top for a corner.
So many unsung heroes in this Dortmund side, isn't there? You know, Brandt, not a particular superstar, doesn't stand out in a particular way, but his work rate is exceptional. He covers every blade of grass. He's all over the place. Attacking-wise, causing problems, tracking back. They're just an exceptional good team.
His corner for the goal, his 16th assist of the season. Another Brandt corner, looking for Schlotterbeck. Nodded down by Fulcrum, and Hummels is there again to guide the ball in, but he's offside.
It's an unbelievable finish, by the way. This is such a shame that it doesn't stand. But again, it just goes to show that PSG cannot defend. Pretty much a free header again. As it's nodded forward, unfortunately, Hummels is still in an offside position. As it drops over his shoulder, he sticks out a left boot, hooks it back across himself into the top corner.
It's a 5-a-side finish, wasn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, Erling Haaland scores that. We're absolutely eulogized about it. It was just unfortunate he was offside. It just goes to show, I've said so many times, the team that wins the competition will be the team that defends the best. And PSG cannot defend.
SportsBot coming up at 10 o'clock. 03717 223344 is the number to have your say on this game. You might be a happy Crawley fan on the way home, or a very unhappy MK Dons fan following that 3-0 win for the team on the south coast in the League 2 playoffs tonight. Bolton 2, Barnsley 2, still the latest score over on talkSPORT 2. So Bolton on their way to Wembley. They won the EFL trophy there last season. They could be heading for another promotion under Ian Evatt.
I think we'll start being talking about it.
Yeah, if they're heading to Wembley as well.
It'd be good, wouldn't it?
There was a massive tifo behind the goal before kick-off in English from the PSG fans talking about the road to Wembley. Here is Lee coming forward now for PSG. Wide to Barker, the cross into the penalty area, headed away by Schlotterbeck. As far as Lee again, who maybe thinks about improvising the volley, but plays it wide towards Barker. Barker's shot though was blocked by Ryerson, who maybe took one amidships there as he hobbles away, but it spins behind for a corner.
Look how many Dortmund defenders get back. Absolutely unbelievable. Their energy, their discipline.
Now an opportunity for Vitinha. Hammers the shot in. But loops high off Hummels. And it's not cleared by Fulcrum. Hummels is still there to clear the ball away. But now Asensio. Wide on the far side, the left infield towards Mendes. The low shot from him though. And Sabitzer was in the way. Sam Cosgrove has scored again for Barnsley. They lead 3-2 on the night. They are 5-4 down on aggregate. Over on talkSPORT 2. So a twitchy last 14 minutes or so there for the Bolton fans.
That plays for a kick-off, was it?
Yes. And if you get the conclusion of that game, over on talkSPORT 2, Barnsley need one more goal to force extra time. PSG need 2 here. Barker on the far side allows the ball to run out of play. And with 11 minutes to play, it will be a corner for Paris Saint-Germain.
I mean, imagine that. These are having hot shots, aren't they? They get blocked left, right, and centre. There's still no real design in the way that they're attacking. It's just hope.
Asensio, the missed kick from the corner inside the penalty area, comes back to him, but it's blocked inside the area by Royce, and Dortmund will clear again. How many times this evening have Dortmund put bodies on the line to repel anything that Paris Saint-Germain have thrown at them?
You're right, but they've been simple blocks, haven't they? It's not like they've been last-ditch saving tackles and throw, have to slide from miles away.
Here is Mbappe now inside the penalty area, goes for goal at the near post, but it's turned aside by Gregor Kobel for a corner.
I think he's going away now. Goalkeeper didn't want to take any risks.
Lee Kang-yi will take the corner kick here for Paris. In towards the near post, it's flicked on, but then headed away by Hummels, and it will be a throw-in for Paris Saint-Germain at this near side. In towards Lee Kang-yi again. And back towards Hakimi. Swept high, looking for Mbappe at the far post, but it's hooked away by Ryerson, who has had an excellent game. The Norwegian, one of a number of unsung heroes, as Danny was saying. He has kept Mbappe quiet. Now Hakimi breaking forward for Paris Saint-Germain on the near side. Brings a difficult ball under control, but then runs it out of play. And it's a throw for Dortmund, and they are 9 minutes away from Wembley.
If PSG are going to score, I'd be very, very surprised if it's the Tower of Hell when you've got the likes of Scotterbeck and Hummels. Brandt getting back into that position as well, Emre Can. But PSG keep putting high crosses into the box.
Full group now. Lofts it high across the field. It's cut out by Barcola. Asensio tries to squeeze it back to him, but almost gives the ball away to Royce. And the two old stagers, Mats Hummels and Marco Royce, are guiding Dortmund back to Wembley here. As Lee is challenged by Schlotterbeck on this near side. And I think Orsato, the referee, may have given a free kick. The assistant right by him gave a throw-in.
Yeah, it was a little bit heavy, the challenge. When you come in from the side, even if you win the ball first, you take the player out, you always run the risk of giving a foul away.
Lee with the corner, swung high to the far post and glanced wide by Marquinhos. And it was a glorious chance. It was a towering header inside the penalty area from Marquinhos, but he put it wide.
It's a difficult one, Ola. He's had to climb on the back of Mats Hummels. Emre Can's behind him. He gets up high but can't quite get enough on it. The difference is he's had to jump between two good defenders and get a glance. Mats Hummels had a completely free header, 4 yards out.
03717, 223344, the number for the sports bar coming up at the end of kick-off this evening. Real Madrid against Bayern Munich coming up live on talkSPORT tomorrow night. And at the moment, there is the tantalising prospect of an all-German final. And Dortmund beat Real Madrid.
As I say, I'm
sure he's back in 2013.
I'm sure Real Madrid are delighted in December.
Yeah. Well, of course they will have something to say about that.
I think that might be their team talk tomorrow night. I can see Ancelotti puts it up on the wall. Nice lad, they said we can't win this.
Well, back in 2013, this was a good deal more stressful for Dortmund. They were 4-1 up from the first leg, when Lewandowski scored all the goals, and they won 4-1 against Mourinho's Real Madrid, and then had to hang on 2 goals up, or 2 goals down rather in the second leg. Schlotterbeck has been knocked over by Hakimi here off the field of play. Hakimi's been booked, and Schlotterbeck looks to be in some pain.
It's interesting, that. Because the ball's dead. He's off the field of play. I wasn't sure you'd get a booking for that.
But if you thump somebody and the ball's off the field of play, what happens?
Red card. You get sent off for violent contact. If the ball's not in play, I'm not sure, maybe.
Well, it's a yellow card for Achraf Hakimi, and it's turning into a pretty miserable night for him against his former club. And Dortmund here are in complete control. Julian Brandt is now coming on. What a game he's had.
No superstars. Fantastic team work ethic. Fantastic togetherness. Great energy, great organisation. 6 minutes to go home now.
Felix Dementia has come on, scored the winner at Newcastle, which was a crucial one for Dortmund in the group stage when they doubled Newcastle. Of course, Paris Saint-Germain lost 4-1 at St James's Park on match day 2. Seems a long time ago now.
Newcastle must be thinking this. So easily put the us.
Well, it was a group that was there to be won.
Yeah, group of death. Very, very difficult group.
Dortmund made a slow start, but came through with 11 points in the end. Well clear of the rest.
Open up looked fantastic. Yeah.
This turning into a rare away victory for them this evening. Nuno Mendes wide towards Barcola on the far side, but he.
Look at that, four players, sorry Nigel, 4 players around the ball though. Just crowded PSG out every single time. Brilliant energy, great defending as a team.
In the 86th minute, they are still full of running.
Where's the space? There's no space for PSG to find something. They are a bit static.
Barcola now on the left-hand side, infield to Nuno Mendes. Lee joins in. Nuno Mendes square to Mbappe. Back towards Lee again. There is no room to breathe on the edge of that penalty area for Paris Saint-Germain. Here is Dembele with the cross high to the far post. It's nodded down by Nuno Mendes. It's still alive, but in the end, the shot from Mbappe is deflected up against the crossbar and it goes behind for a corner.
Mbappe's good.
Well, are they looking at a potential handball?
No, I think it's the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper makes the save. Pretty convincing of Mbappe. No, I've no doubt that's what happened. I've only seen it very, very quickly the first time because Dortmund need to make a sub for some reason.
Yeah, Nicolas Süle, who came on, may have to come off.
But Mbappe's a great chance. He's got to do better.
Dembele with the ball in towards the near post in the corner. It's flicked on, headed away by Hummels, gathered by Barcola. Back out to Vitinha. The yellow shirts rush out to close him down. Here is Hakimi though. Now Lee. And support from Dembele on the right. Dembele now with an opportunity to attack Madsen. Needs to deliver a good cross into the penalty area. High to the far post. Deflects away off Süle. Hummels with the header clear. Comes out again towards Vitinha. Struck into the crowd. It's blocked. Lee finding Hakimi. The cross in though is deflected away by Slotterbeck. And amateur safety by Royce on this near side. And
What a clearance it is. Off the half volley. Manages to scoop into the halfway line.
Dembele. 3 minutes to play. Dortmund a goal up here on talkSPORT. 2-0 up on aggregate. Vitinha strikes a block range. He's hit the underside of the crossbar. Well, this is not Paris Saint-Germain's night. And now Füllkrug at the other end is on the counter-attack. And he's got Nemetcha full of running on the edge of the penalty area. In towards Füllkrug again. And it's glanced back by Moraldo, but 4 times in the second half. Paris have hit the woodwork.
A long way out, it's a good shot. It's beating the goalkeeper. And I have to say, great strike it is. The goalkeeper's fortunate because it just misses his heel as the ball comes back down off the crossbar. So they have to ride their luck.
Now Barcola coming forward for Paris into the 89th minute. 2 goals down. Vitinha with the shot, blocked by Royce, loops high into the air. Barcola will bring the ball down on the left. Needs some support, gets it from Mbappe. Can he provide some magic? Swerves into the penalty area, the cross is deep. It goes to Hakimi, drives it in, it's deflected. A flick from Dembele doesn't come off. Lee with the shot, kills it left-footed, and it's too high.
Yeah, it's just hitting home, isn't it, half the time now, as you see the strike. Down off the crossbar, it's so close to the goalkeeper. On the back of the leg, from there it could have gone anywhere. They have ridden their luck at times. You know, they've hit the woodwork on several occasions. But they've not peppered the Dortmund goal, have they, in any way, shape or form. The last couple of minutes, you're going to expect that. They're going to throw caution to the wind. Dortmund are going to get deep. Just see that save the goalkeeper. Mbappe's got to do better than that, doesn't it? It's not a clean strike. He hits it down into the ground. The goalkeeper gets a flick on it and pushes it up and onto the crossbar and over. Still bringing a very disappointing from PSG.
Into the 90th minute. Now Mbappe on the edge of the penalty area, wide to Barkley down the left. The cross though is woeful. One bounce, two bounces, straight under play on this near side, and it will be a throw for Dortmund, and they will take their time.
There's not been loads of injuries or time wasted, is there?
I would imagine 3 or 4 minutes,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what I was thinking. Dortmund's so close now.
They deserve it. Over 2 legs, they've been much the more effective side.
They've ridden their luck at times, you know, with shots coming back off the dribbling. But apart from that, the goalkeeper hasn't really had a save to make.
4 minutes of added time. Corner for Paris Saint-Germain on this near side on talkSPORT. Borussia Dortmund inching towards Wembley. Dembele with the corner kick, headed away by Manson. Lee on this near side.
The Dortmund bandit journey now, counting down the clock, 3:40 to go, 3:39.
Dembele challenged by Manson on this near side. It will be a throw-in. Still, Bolton 2, Barnsley 3 over on talkSPORT 2. Barnsley looking for one more goal to force extra time there.
Oh, Matt Hummels, magnificent closing down coming out of the back.
It may break to Mbappe though inside the penalty area. He claims he was dragged down by Schlotterbeck. And Daniele Orsato says get up.
Really good referee, good defender as well. Not enough in that for a penalty. It's actually a poor touch. I think Marquinhos tries to play him in. And Schlotterbeck, no, it's 50-50, isn't it? It's arm on arm. And Schlotterbeck's just a little bit stronger and eases him out of the way. I was going to say, really good defender from that.
And Kylian Mbappe will be leaving Paris Saint-Germain without the UEFA Champions League. 43 goals this season, but he's come up short this evening. Now Dembele with the cross, headed away by Sula. Dembele returns it back into the area, flicked on by Lee, but it comes to Fulkrug. Fulkrug looking for Nemesha, who just runs it out on the far side, and it will be a throw-in for Paris Saint-Germain.
15 to go.
Once again, there will be a German presence at Wembley in the Champions League final, 11 years on. Hakimi with the cross into the penalty area, met by Hummels. He played that night, he scored the goal to ease Dortmund's path back to the triumphal arch here tonight. Hakimi, full ball in field, cut out. Royce now has got Schlotterbeck, the central defender, steaming forward on the left wing.
Centre half, man. Don't bring yourself.
It's total football.
Oh, stupid.
Was he shoved over by Beraldo?
Oh, I thought he was.
Not according to the referee. That was a throw-in. It's a long way back to Schlotterbeck now. He's got a big frame, and he will try and take on Batigna. He was steaming in from behind there, but he just failed to make contact. But Paris Saint-Germain moved the ball so slowly anyway, got time to get back in.
Still, there's a minute to go in the game. 2-0 now. There's no urgency whatsoever from PSG. They are going out of the Champions League with a whimper. They might have been the woodwork a few times. That was a long shot. Unfortunate. But it's been really, really poor performance from PSG.
Here is Dembele.
8 shots on target and 20 minutes. Not good.
Hakimi back again towards Lee. Swung high towards Barkley, who nods it down, but it was behind Mbappe. Asensio will try and win it back. And it's just hammered clear by Savitzer. Deep into Parisian territory. And Mbappe has the look of a beaten man.
That's his rugby clearance, isn't it? He's absolutely drifting at the spot now. To the French 22, he's put that in.
What a triumph for Edin Terzic and his team.
And it has been an absolute team performance over both legs. Organisation, energy, discipline, tactics, everything from Dortmund has been spot on.
Mbappe going through in the final seconds, but he slips. He's unable to make contact, and that is it. Borussia Dortmund are heading back to Wembley. 11 years on from their numbing defeat there under Jurgen Klopp against Bayern. It's Mats Hummels, a player who tasted defeat at Wembley back in 2013, who has scored the goal in Paris tonight to ease their progress back to the Champions League final. The team fifth in Germany, have the opportunity to become the best in Europe. But Kylian Mbappe leaves the field for the final time as a Paris Saint-Germain player in the Champions League. His hopes of glory have been dashed, but Borussia Dortmund are heading to London and another Wembley final in the UEFA Champions League. It is finished. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Borussia Dortmund 1 on the night. Dortmund win comfortably and deservedly 2-0 on aggregate.
Wow, absolute scenes at the Parc de France with the Borussia Dortmund players celebrating with their 2,500 fans in the corner of the stadium. The PSG players just on their haunches, can't quite believe that they've not managed to turn up really on the night. I mean, they did, but the woodwork felt as if it was Borussia Dortmund's friend at so many occasions, Danny. It was quite remarkable how many times they were denied. Just not clinical enough.
But they weren't clear-cut chances, were they? Mendes' one was, what, from 20-odd yards away. It's not like they missed a tap-in. You know, Coutinho's one...
Well, they missed a couple at the near post, when they hit the post, that they definitely should have scored.
With 25 left. But again, it's not like the keeper had to make a save. I can't remember the goalkeeper making what I would call a great save. You know, there was the volley in the first few minutes from Mbappe. But I don't remember the goalkeeper like throwing himself and tipping one over the bar, and Mbappe obviously...
And he flapped at a couple as well, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's very, very good. Great from Dortmund. You know the best thing that I've seen? The moment they've won that, they've all run over to the little section of Dortmund fans in the corner. They're all celebrating with their fans. Not one Dortmund player went to Mbappe to swap shirts.
Wow.
You know, because normally that's what you see, isn't it? There's like one player's like picked him out and is desperate to get Mbappe's shirt. No, they're not interested, and that's exactly how it should be. They've all gone together as a team to support and celebrate with their fans. They've deserved it. Yes, they've ridden their luck at times, you know, that the cross by the post has helped them out. But they thoroughly deserved it over the course of 2 legs.
Yeah, they certainly did. They've been absolutely incredible. The underdogs in the last 4 as well, and they'll be going to Wembley exactly 11 years after they were last there when they played Bayern Munich, who need to get past Real Madrid tomorrow night in order for that final to be replayed, and Dortmund to try this time to take the Champions League trophy out of Bayern's hands. As you say, they absolutely deserved every second of the celebrations that they're doing tonight, and then they regroup for that final on the 1st of June.
Yeah, they've just got to sort of tick over now, haven't they? You know, they've rested everybody at the weekend. They're going to make the Champions League because obviously finishing 5th in the Bundesliga and the coefficient, that'll go up even higher now. So 5th place will definitely be enough. That's not going to be a problem. So now it's really it's quite a long time until the Champions League final. You know, it's now just about ticking over, staying sharp, and making sure they're right. But it gives them an opportunity to get everybody fit, to rest up, to sort themselves out, to make sure they're ready. Because their energy levels in both semi-final legs have been absolutely superb. Their organisation has been superb.
For PSG, though, disappointing for Mbappe to end his time at PSG.
An absolute whimper.
Yeah,
they weren't good enough, Faith. Simple as that. Over 2 legs, they were not good enough. Mbappe was very, very quiet. He hit the post in the first leg. He should have scored this evening. That's about it. That's all we've really seen from him. PSG have now, when he leaves, have got a huge rebuild if they're going to have any aspirations of winning the Champions League.
Yeah, and the quadruple is no more. Danny, it's been an absolute pleasure to have your company as always. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you very much to Nigel Adderley for fantastic commentary as well. Drama at the Tough Sheet Community Stadium, but Bolton have reached the League One playoff final. You can hear the celebrations from the Bolton fans. They're all on the pitch currently celebrating. It was nervy moments. Jim Proudfoot and Mickey Gray on commentary over on talkSPORT 2 if you do want to hear any of that assessment of that game. It was quite incredible. incredible, actually. Bolton went into the semi-final second leg 3-1 up against Barnsley, but on the night they came from behind to lead 3-2. Barnsley now came from behind to lead 2-1 is what I mean, but Barnsley brought it back to 3-2 on the night. Were pushing for another goal to draw the tie level and take it to extra time, but just not to be. And Bolton are into the League One playoff final. In the League Two playoff semi-finals, Crawley 3 goals up at the halfway stage against MK Dons. Scott Lindsay's side only snuck into the playoff spots on the last day of the season, and they have 1 foot at Wembley already for the right to play Doncaster or Crewe, who play their second leg on Friday night live on talkSPORT 2, with Doncaster 2 goals to the good in that one. At the Parc des Princes, though, it finished PSG 0, Dortmund 1 on the night, 2-0 to the German side on aggregate. The underdogs have done it. Mbappe's Champions League dream with PSG at least is over. Dortmund are going to Wembley, where they'll face Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, who play tomorrow. That's live here on talkSPORT. Build up from 7. Next up, the Sports Bar boys are going to be taking your calls. 03717 223344. Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy waiting to hear your thoughts on this game and those 2 EFL playoffs, plus anything else you might want to have your say on. 03717 223344.
The Sports Bar with talkSportBet.com. Download the shiny new talkSPORT Bet app at the App Store and Google Play today. 18 plus BGambleAware.org.
Sean! It's bedtime!
Bedtime!
One more ring! I'm almost done!
Okay, kiddo.
That's enough. Hands up.
On to the app.
Your Wi-Fi is going off.
Going off.
EE Broadband lets you pause the Wi-Fi on your kids' devices, helping them to switch off and drift off. Search EE Home.
Eligibility criteria apply. EE broadband customers.
Barbecue season is here. The KFC's new Ultimate Barbecue Burger. Original recipe chicken, crispy onions, and smoky barbecue sauce. Grab KFC's Ultimate Barbecue Burger before it goes. Available while stocks last until the 9th of June at participating restaurants and delivery partners. Delivery fees apply. Full T's and C's at kfc.co.uk.
The future of eco-friendly gardening and landscaping is here. Introducing the Ego Pro X range of battery-powered outdoor power equipment. A super tough, super powerful range for the hard-working professionals, the landscapers, the groundsmen, and the gardeners who demand the best. Say goodbye to the noise, the fuss, and the fumes of petrol, and embrace a greener, cleaner solution. The Ego Power Plus Pro X range. Power beyond belief. Search Ego Pro X today.
With Now, you can stream all the drama from the Premier League instantly and without a contract. The stuff that dreams are made of! From top-of-the-table clashes to relegation battles and everything in between. Can you believe it? Get all Sky Sports channels for a day or a whole month with a Now Sports membership. This is unbelievable! Stream the Premier League live without a contract with Now.
18 plus, Sky Sports content streamed via internet. Full terms apply.
I'm Martin Samuel. I write a column for The Times and Sunday Times, and you can read my take on the weekend's football every Monday online or through our app. You'll also find the latest news and exclusive football features. Enjoy the Game podcast, the football newsletter, and in-depth tactical analysis in the trend. A digital subscription is just £1 for 3 months. Visit thetimes.co.uk/talksport to join. Auto renews at £26 a month and let's cancel.
Ready for some quick football trivia? Question 1. Which football club is known as the Tigers? Cambridge United or Hull City? Question 2. Which team plays its home games at Deepdale? Preston North End or Rochdale? Final question. What are you betting on? Free time or family? To keep an enjoyable experience, take time to think. And let's play responsibly. Sky Bet. For the fans. 18 plus BGambleAware.org.
TalkSPORT Breakfast in partnership with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK. Move up through the gears every morning with top-of-the-range Sports Edition, ABS, story breaking news, and more goal talk to the gallon. Plus, a stellar lineup of super celebrity sports guests as standard. TalkSPORT Breakfast every weekday morning from 6 on TalkSPORT with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK. Champions League live on talkSPORT with Village Hotels. With 33 locations across the UK, Village Hotels have everything under one roof for a great breakaway.
On 1089 and 1053 medium wave, on your mobile and on your smart speaker. TalkSPORT. TalkSPORT.
Good evening with your latest sports headlines. I'm Will Hobbs. Borussia Dortmund are heading back to Wembley.
Mats Hummels thunders in the header, and the Parc de France has been silenced. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Borussia Dortmund 1.
It'll be their first Champions League final since the all-German affair in 2013. A wasteful PSG hit the woodwork 3 times after doing it twice in the first leg. Also heading to Wembley will be Bolton, but only just. They somehow held off an epic second-half siege from Barnsley to sneak through a pulsating League One playoff semi, 5-4 on aggregate. Strikes from Aaron Collins and Owen Toll just before half-time narrowly saw them through. Meanwhile, in League Two, Crawley were irresistible as they put 3 unanswered goals past MK Dons in the first leg of their semi-final. Here's a message for England and Scotland fans heading to the Euros. German police actually like you. The UK's lead officer for this summer, Colette Rose, says England fans were voted the best behaved when Germany had the World Cup in 2006. She's told us police are well versed in the jovial consumption of beverage.
So they understand behaviours of our fans. So our fans, yes, they will drink a lot, yes, they will sing, yes, they will be loud, but that doesn't necessarily turn into antisocial behaviour or crime.
In other news, Nottingham Forest's appeal against their 4-point deduction has been unanimously rejected, and Hull have sacked head coach Liam Rosenior after missing out on the playoffs on the final day. It's despite Rosenior being nominated for Championship Manager of the Year.
TalkSPORT News.
Former Tory leader Sir Ian Duncan-Smith says he's concerned the government hasn't pointed the finger at China for a cyber attack on the Ministry of Defence. The Defence Secretary has only said state involvement cannot be ruled out. Israeli troops have seized Gaza's Rafah border crossing into Egypt. The UN says a full-on offensive would be catastrophic. There are large queues at Manchester, Heathrow and Gatwick tonight due to power outages at E-Gates border port as it's a nationwide issue. And Trump's lawyers have accused Stormy Daniels of making up a story that she was threatened in a car park not to speak about their alleged affair.
TalkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 600 centres across the UK, most of which open 7 days a week, we're always there when you need us. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Dry and settled for most. Rain arriving, though, in Scotland later.
On 1089 and 1053 medium wave, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker. The Sports Bar on TalkSPORT.
Hi fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. Yeah, good evening and welcome to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and him over there is Jason Gumbel.
You are see Kylian Mbappe, Julien Laurent, Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe, Styles, Paris Hilton, the Louvre, Notre Dame, the Paris Fashion Show. You wish to win the meeting.
That's 0 effort got into that, isn't it? You didn't even write that out. There's not even nothing to do with you.
Can you hear me? You wish to win the meeting.
Borussia Dortmund had knocked out PSG to reach the Champions League final. Mbappe did nothing in either league. Is he overrated? Nothing for England to worry about, though, at the Euros. Jadon Sancho was absolutely brilliant. He's going to play in a Champions League final.
Sensational.
I mean, Man United fans must be pulling their hair out. Elsewhere, who needs Europe? Newcastle, Chelsea, or Man United? One of them is missing out. Do you want Europa Conference? Would you take that if you're a Man United fan? 03 717 223334. West Ham fans, Julian Lopetegui look like it's done and dusted. Does he deserve a really good reception when he leaves, though, David Moyes?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to stand up and clap him out of that building? 03 717 223334. Hello, mate.
Hello, matey.
How are you?
I'm I'm alright, how are you?
I'm alright, I'm alright.
Good, good. PSG are out. Honestly, it's so good. They're so
horrible you are, you know.
It's so good. They did. No, what? A PSG? You kidding?
Jealous, mate. You're in the Champions League. You get to that stage of the time. Your mob spent £1 million. You can't even get in the
Let me correct you. They're out of the Champions League. PSG, right? John, the fact that they signed one of the most, in fact, the most overrated player ever of a generation, Neymar, right? Most of a generation. They signed a Messi on the way down. Kylian Mbappe, poor thing, right? The best player on the planet. He had stinkers, mate, by the way, and they weren't alone. Those three. Last season, when they were walking around up top, they're like they're going from a potato farm, walking around just a cabbage patch, walking around the field, not even caring where they were stepping. Terrible for them last season. Now it's come home to roost. PSG are out. The most overrated football club in European football. Good night. Go home.
I think that's really harsh.
Get rid of them, mate.
Dortmund were good.
They're toilet. Yeah, well done, Dortmund.
Jadon Sancho was very good.
Excellent. Pleased for him. PSG. Honestly, it's such good. There's a football god. There's a football god. PSG do not deserve to win the Champions League. They play in a league where no one else can win it, except when Leon won it a couple of years ago. Was it Leon that won it? I think
Leon?
Was it a while ago? It wasn't that long, about 3 years ago, 2 or something like that. It was Leo. You're absolutely right.
You're just jealous, mate. Why are you jealous of PSG? Stop being jealous. They're the same as your mob, right? Owned by billionaires, spend loads of money, right? Yeah, and they're cheap. You're just jealous. They're in a semi-final. They got knocked out. They've had a go this season. They won a trophy.
Yeah, we won it twice, right? So I'm not. So the fact I'm jealous is just ridiculous.
You're not jealous.
No, but why would you go investing all that money into a league like that? It's terrible, Jay. It's terrible. And again, I'm so pleased. There's a football god. Football god.
Yeah, all right. Well, you can have your say on that game. It was live on talkSPORT, but no, we have to special mention Bolton. They beat Barnsley tonight 5-4 on aggregate. They will play in the League One playoff final. It's a big, big game for them. So if you're a Bolton fan and you're leaving the stadium, we want to hear from you on 03717 22 33 44. Look, other things to talk about. Manchester United. I mean, look, they're a huge football club. They're always in the papers. Everyone's talking about them. Gareth Southgate, potentially, he's on his way at the football club.
Is he on his way there?
Let's talk a bit. We had this conversation last night. Mourinho's interested in going back there at Man United.
Yeah, Mourinho would go back there. They'd be absolutely nuts if they took him back. And he ain't going back there. There's no way they're going back to Jose. Not on this earth. That's just someone filling a little bit of column inches, mate. That has got absolutely no chance of happening. Zero chance. What, next season? Where are you going for that?
Well, I mean, I don't
we'll give a 3-year contract.
No, I don't have to get fresh. I think they're probably going to top.
Move on. Yeah, Mark's one of those who I can read a day, you bring him in at the end of the season and try and get him over the line for a
But you were talking to a Neil, right? He's a massive Man United fan. He works outside, an absolute donut, right? He's useless at his job, but he's a good lad. He was talking about Man United.
He was slagging off the
He was talking about Europa Conference League, and Manchester United might end up playing it and still fighting for. And he was like, "No, don't want it. Don't want it. I want Europa Conference League." Well, and you took offence to it.
No, I tell you what, I took offence, because that's exactly why people dislike Man United fans. Not all of them, but anyone that says they're too good, we're too good for it. We're too good. No, you're not right now. Take European football. Take European football. Take it.
Yeah,
take it.
It's a competition that you're onto a loser unless you win it. But you've got to get all the way to the final to get any credit out of it.
No,
and it can affect your whole season in the Premier League. You look at the teams that played in Europe this season and really struggled, haven't they? Newcastle, Man United.
This season's one of those
things. Aston Villa ended up struggling, at the back end of the season.
This is the thing.
Right.
Are you saying that it's all down to that? Are you saying that Man United can't handle it? Brighton aren't Manchester United.
Have you seen Man United's squad?
I'm sorry. Are you saying that Man United are too good for the Conference League?
I think they're too good for it. I don't think they should be worried about trying to get into that competition.
And he said he'd rather not have it.
He doesn't want it. What's the point?
I'd take it, mate.
What is the point? It's Manchester United playing the Europa Conference League. It's almost a bit embarrassing, no?
Well, look, embarrassing, yes. But suck it up, take it on the chins and go and compete.
But that's not what the Europa Conference League is about, is it?
No, it's not.
The Europa Conference League is about, for teams like West Ham to get in there and,
fine.
And for Brighton.
Fine, right. But where are Man United? Where are Chelsea? Take it.
Would you be happy with it?
I'll take it out, yeah. I'll tell you what, because it actually, that particular competition next season, I think would be a massive benefit to a young squad trying to find their way and get this squad together under Poch. This is not a team ready for Champions League football. It's not a team clearly ready for anything like that. But you know what? Use it as a vehicle in which they get better. And that's exactly what Man United should be looking to do. Build something going forward. I take the mick about the Europa League and the conference. Got to tell you, mate, if we went into the conference next season, how much do you think they could benefit the likes of Noni Madueke, Jackson, Cole Palmer? You telling me they would
perfect for Chelsea because you need the games because you've got a 50-man squad.
Right, okay, so there you go. There you go.
Well, Man United don't need it, do they? Come on, let's be honest. Man United don't
what do they need?
They need Champions League football. Or Europa League football, minimum.
I mean, it's just unbelievable.
What do you think?
Well, they want it.
What if Gareth Southgate goes in there and goes,
why are we talking Southgate?
I think Southgate's going to get the job.
I don't believe that.
I think he's getting the job, mate. I think Gareth Southgate's getting Man United.
That was in the papers about 4 weeks ago, mate. Now it's come back and everyone's talking about it.
What, you poo-pooing it?
I'm poo-pooing it.
You poo-pooing Southgate?
I'm poo-pooing the story. Right. I'm not poo-pooing Southgate. I'm poo-pooing the story.
Well,
I'm not having the story. I don't believe that's where many... Look, if they do, they do. Do you think Southgate wouldn't want to take on a bit of European... the Conference League? You saying they wouldn't want that?
I just don't think Man United need it.
Spurs need it.
No one really cared even when we binned off the fixture. We didn't want to play it.
COVID though.
I know, but we binned it. But that sums up what it was about.
Sometimes Spurs.
To be fair, I'd probably take it.
Mate, I'll take it. Honestly, so Man United fans to be phoning us up saying they're too good for Conference League.
Look at Man United being Ferreira Rocher.
Mate, come on. Look, it's not ideal. It's not perfect, but it is the reality. That's the truth.
Okay. All right. Look, I want to hear from some Bolton fans, Man United fans. Get involved in the show. Obviously, Europa Conference League. Would you take that? Do you think you need it? We're obviously talking about Mbappe as well, but David Moyes, another talking point. Well, loads of talking points tonight, mate, and I'm going to put you right under the gun. Do you think he deserves a massive standing ovation when he leaves?
Huge standing ovation. Every West Ham fan that turns up in his final day there needs to stand up and give. And do you know what? I think West Ham fans will. But here's what I want to hear from the ones that have slagged him off. They won't phone up, Jay. They won't phone. No, they'll West Ham fans. They won't be phoning up saying, "Yeah, I want him gone home," and they won't boo him. They'll stand there like that, hiding behind their mates, hiding.
You think they're right?
Yeah.
Do you think there's some West Ham fans who have come on this show throughout the season and really gone after David Moyes? Do you think them boys would come on and apologise to David Moyes and thank him for what he's done?
No.
Do you think they should?
I think they should show their appreciation. Yeah, and they won't. Because they're cowards. Well, they are. They're all football fans, all right? At the final game, at the last game of the season, right? You'll see a standing ovation, right? If they're not big enough and brave enough then, yeah, I'm not. They should phone up now and say sorry. I'd love to hear from a West Ham fan. Phone up and say sorry. I've got it. Look, thank you very much, David. I got it wrong. You're brilliant for us, but it's time to move on. Thank you. And I'm sorry we slagged you off. They won't do it.
No.
Football fans, not football fans, mate.
Do you think you're going to get another job, David Moyes?
Yes, of course you will.
In the Premier League, pretty quickly.
I wouldn't see why not. Maybe not right now, but I think there's a job out there for him at some stage. Maybe abroad. I mean, he's won a European Cup. He's won a European trophy.
No, I think yeah, but do you think his style's going out of fashion?
Possibly. I mean, look at Simeone. I mean, he's still in there. His style is okay, being a little bit harsh, but it's not a Real Madrid or a Barcelona style of football, is it? Simeone plays. He's got his own attacking style, his own defensive style. I think there's a job out there for David Moyes. I think there's a lot of managers, a lot of clubs that we look at David Moyes in around about October, November, when people start to talk about, oh God, they're struggling a little bit. David Moyes will be top of that list.
Do you think, because of the situation that West Ham had with Pellegrini, where they had a bit of a nightmare, do you think that they would have been scared to make this appointment, that Lopetegui had come in? Like, are you convinced with Lopetegui? I mean, I know he's in a war, but
I don't know.
I was watching him, I'm like,
I don't know.
It's a huge upgrade on Moyes. I don't know if it is.
I I'm not sure either, to be honest. I'm not totally convinced this is going to be the answer that West Ham fans are craving for. I think they want a more open, attacking brand of football, something a little bit more expansive, something to get them off their seats. I don't have to wait and see. Maybe Lopetegui will deliver that. Maybe that's what the instructions are coming from the hierarchy. But right now, it's impossible to say whether that's what it's going to be. But I think David Moyes has done a fabulous job at West Ham. And I don't think the West Ham fans, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them, show enough appreciation.
Okay, right, well, let's get your calls in on that. 03717 223344. You want to talk about PSG tonight, Mbappe being overrated, Bolton making it to the League One playoff final. We're talking about Manchester United. Do you want to be in the Europa Conference League? And David Moyes, does he deserve a very good send-off? A send-off, a very good send-off, yeah, that's the word, send-off. 03717 223344.
The Sports Bar with talkSPORTBet.com. Download the shiny new talkSPORT Bet app at the App Store and Google Play today. 18+BGamblerAware.org.
Let me go straight to the point. When you lay in a patio or driveway, you need Seeker Fast Fix. It's ready mix, easy to use, and quick to apply. Plus, it comes in 5 colours, and you can use it in any weather. Transform your next project with confidence. Transform it with Seeker Fast Fix. And you'll finish a quality job in no time at all. Seeker stock is now at seeker.co.uk/landscaping.
Get the KFC 20 Hot Wings bucket for just $7.99. You heard right, that's just 40p per wing. A serious sized bucket for a seriously small price. The 20 Hot Wings bucket deal for just $7.99. Do the deal until the 9th of June, only at KFC.
Available until the 9th of June 2024, subject to availability. Participating restaurants only. See website for T's and C's.
If I wasn't a fan, I wouldn't know what a crucial ligament was. If I wasn't a fan, my geography knowledge wouldn't be based on football teams.
If I wasn't a fan, I wouldn't have named me dog after me team striker.
If I wasn't a fan, I'd travel to more exotic places.
You are now arriving at Western Supermare.
For fans, it's more than a game, so we're doing more for fans. Sky Bet for the fans. 18+BGamblerAware.org.
Woohoo! Dave's finally landed. Holiday mode activated when he remembers.
Oh, forgot to send that email.
Luckily, Dave has swapped out his sports package for data roaming. So he can get back to his holiday.
Lovely.
Dave, you did put your out of office on, didn't you? Get inclusive extras as part of your plan, which you can swap monthly. So you can switch from your sports package to a Roma Broadpass. Search EE Mobile.
Available with all-rounder and full works plans. Terms apply.
All the big names are here. Ooh, who's that?
I think she was in the movie by that really big shark.
No, not her. The florist.
She's automating invoices on the go so she can spend more time on that flower wall.
QuickBooks can save you up to 8 hours a week, so you can bring your vision to life. That's how you business differently. Into QuickBooks.
Here's football legend Jamie Redknapp for new hands-free Skechers slip-ins footwear.
As a football player, I'm used to not using my hands. So when Skechers came out with hands-free shoes, it was a match made in heaven. Because with new Skechers slip-ins, I just step in and go, without bending down or touching my shoes.
Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store or Skechers.co.uk.
With so many holiday homes on Booking.com, there are so many different me's I could be. I could book a beach house in Cornwall and be relaxed me. I could book an apartment in Paris for cultured me. I could book a villa in Tuscany and be foodie me. Needs a holiday me loves all those me's. Book whoever you want to be. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
You're looking good. You're looking sharp.
Righty here. I'm just giving the new Gillette Labs razor a go, and it's smooth. 5 long-lasting blades, and it's got a flex disc that adapts to my gorgeous face. Done in no time, then it goes back on its magnetic stand. For a finish almost as good as one of mine. And if you don't agree it's the ultimate shave, get your money back. 18+, retain receipt, terms and conditions apply.
The Sports Bar with talkSPORTBet.com. Belting broadcaster, brilliant bookie. 18+BGamblerAware.org.
As another dramatic EFL season comes to a close, some clubs are celebrating the glory of automatic promotion.
Magnificent work!
But the battle is far from over as teams compete to secure that final promotion spot in the EFL playoffs.
talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 will bring you unmissable first-class coverage and full kick-by-kick commentary of each and every playoff showdown.
Unbelievable.
Ahead of all 3 playoff finals, live from Wembley Stadium.
Oh, yes!
Experience the excitement and anticipation of the EFL playoffs.
What a magnificent finish!
Live on talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2.
Grant with an in-swinger, high to the far post, great header! Well, that tumbles! And Dortmund have the goal they were looking for. And it's the veteran who may have sent Dortmund all the way from Paris to Wembley.
99 red balloons.
Yeah, you are listening to the Sports Bar talkSPORT. Me, Joe O'Hara and Jason Cundy. PSG get knocked out of the semi-final. Borussia Dortmund, Jadon Sancho will be playing in the Champions League final against either Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. They play tomorrow, which is live on talkSPORT. We'll be taking calls after that as well. So big night. We're taking calls on whether Kylian Mbappe is overrated, which I think is a bit harsh.
No one's going to phone that.
I think it's a bit harsh. David Moyes as well. We're talking about Ian Lopetegui coming in. West Ham fans, have you slagged him off? Would you come on and apologise to him because he has been a brilliant servant? Manchester United as well been linked to Gareth Southgate. We're talking about whether you'd won the Europa Conference League. So those will get through. Let's go to Michael, who's a Chelsea fan. Right, mate?
Mikey.
Hello, my lovely gentlemen.
How are you, mate?
Jason, you pushed past my boy in East End against Tottenham the other day.
Get him away! No, sorry about that, Mikey. Sorry.
Was he rude? Was he rude, Mike?
What game?
He was struggling to get over the seats to get past my boy.
Was that the Spurs game?
Yeah, the Spurs game.
You know why?
Go on.
Let's get on the back of a bike and get back here and give O'Hara some stick. That's why.
He was sweating profusely.
Yeah, trying to get back.
He was.
Yeah.
He walked in, he was dripping.
Yeah.
He was.
I'd just like to say, has anyone seen Mbappe or Expecto Cluzo?
He was poor tonight, right? Well, he wasn't alone, but yeah, he was.
Yeah, is he no? But
I like him, guys.
Listen, come on, guys. Look, he weren't great tonight, but he still made things happen. And he still, you know, every time he got the ball, he had 2 or 3 players around him. He brought other players there into the game, and he can't help it. The PSG players are not on his level.
I think he'll be down the dead next season.
The dead. He's going to be around Madrid. That's where he's going to be.
No, I just don't like him.
What do you mean? Why not?
I just don't like him. Just don't like the. I don't know. Just how he gets to me. I don't know what it is with him.
Let's try and get there. What do you think it might be?
I think just not like him. He's a brilliant football player.
He is, but he just annoys me. I don't know why. I think he's. I don't know. He's just saying. I wouldn't have him at Chelsea.
What? Come on, Mikey. Come on, Mikey.
Come on, mate. You've got Mudryk playing left wing.
Mudryk or Mbappe?
Mudryk's like Pac-Man.
What about Mbappe? Why?
I think Mudryk's like Pac-Man, and Mbappe is just a smug. Got found out tonight.
Oh, don't
I'm really negative tonight, don't I?
Yeah, just a bit, mate. You still the other candy. Is that what the problem is?
What?
Last time I was on, I was speaking to Cole and Carl about my TiVo box.
What happened to TiVo box?
Well, Richard Branson didn't come in and fix it.
What happened?
Well, I just decided to go next door and watch the game. Cucurella ended up in my back garden in a certain position.
What's going on here?
Hold on. Cole.
So Cole's going to come around and fix your box?
Well, no, Cole knows about my TiVo box history, Richard Branson.
Richard Branson? What's he got?
What's Rich got to do with the box?
He was in his space when he's supposed to fix my TiVo box.
Richard Branson?
Or Cole?
Yeah. Well, both of them.
So Cole and Richard Branson are going to come around and fix your box?
Well, that's what we were supposed to do. They didn't turn up, so I had to watch it next door.
What happened?
He didn't have cable next door, so I couldn't watch it next door. I love you both, guys.
Mikey, love you too. Next time you see me up in the East End, come say hello.
No, don't say hello. Just say, listen, you push past me boy again, you'll be around.
Come say hello.
Yes?
I love you.
Cheers, Mikey.
Alright, mate. See you later. See Chelsea fans.
Look, Mbappe didn't have a great game tonight, right? He didn't have a great game. He does, yeah. Right, all day long. But here's the thing, right? Here's one of the things that really does, and he's got a point where he says about other players. If that was Harry Kane that played like that tonight, Let me tell you now, they'd all be phoning up, giving large about typical Harry Kane, England captain, but good players have bad games. We saw that tonight with Mbappe.
Yeah, of course.
We saw that tonight, and that's what frustrates me a little bit, because it can happen, and it does happen, and that's part of football. Hope Harry Kane gets the final. Don't you?
No. No, I don't know. I think
You changed like the wind.
No, I don't know if I do.
You said you wanted to win.
Yeah, but like Spurs are on. The Spurs have got beat 4 games on a bounce. Harry Kane's going to play in the Champions League final. I don't know if I want it. Eric Dyer. He's left, and he's we're going into the mud a bit. And Eric Dyer's going to play in the Champions League final. No, get him out, mate.
No, you want to
get him out. Get him out.
You turned, have you?
I've turned, yeah.
I like that. Football fans are bitter. I like that.
Yeah, no, I'm not having it.
I've never got a problem with a bitter football fan.
Yeah.
You're not a proper football fan unless at some stage you get really bitter.
Yeah.
And you do.
I don't want to see Eric Dyer lifting the Champions League trophy, mate. I can't be having that. I'm just, no.
That'd be sensational.
It wouldn't.
It'd be so funny.
It would be a joke.
Johnny went on loan in January.
Yes. He went there on loan. He could play in the Champions League. It's a final.
Like I said to you, mate, still be a good season with Spurs. You still have a good season. One of your own can win it. One of our own.
Let's go to Joe. He's an Arsenal fan, right, Joe?
All right, Joe.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm good, Joe. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm going to be right out there and say I do think Mbappe's overrated. Just because, I've done my research in that, and I've looked it up, and in 4 semi-finals he's had not 1 goal. And
what, in the Champions League?
In the Champions League, not 1 goal. And there's 1 final with Bayern Munich, and he lost 3.
What about World Cup final?
World Cup, yeah, World Cup, the World Cup conversation. He only turned up for France.
Only turns up for France? Only?
He's playing for a brilliant side in France. He's surrounded by world-class players.
Exactly.
So, yeah, but he's playing for PSG. The players are not...
Exactly.
Joe, it's PSG, Joe. It's PSG, mate.
PSG are still a good side.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Joe, they're not. They're terrible.
Couple of seasons ago, you had Messi and Neymar.
No, that's the whole point. You've been hoodwinked, Joe.
No.
You have, mate. You've been hoodwinked. No. They got Messi when he was on his way down. Neymar, the most overrated footballer of his generation. And Mbappe, he stayed there at 3 seasons too long.
Neymar Barcelona was unreal.
Who was he with, though? You had Messi carrying him, and Iniesta, Xavi. Suarez. Come on, Joe. Do the maths.
Yeah. So, well, you're contradicting your own argument. You're saying Neymar was unbelievable at Barcelona. And he's surrounded by all them great players. Well, Mbappe's going to be unbelievable when he goes to Real Madrid. He's surrounded by great players. Tonight he had 3 players around him every time he got it.
This is what we'll see. I Real Madrid, yeah, because in the day he'll go to the top 5 league. They will see it up front and personal, in my opinion. Yeah. Up front and personal. At the end of the day, he'll go to Real Madrid. He'll go up against Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, with the good players he's got there. Even though I still feel PSG are a good team, they've got Marquinhos, they've got Coutinho, they've got Zaire Emery, all these, Dembele, all them. This is what I feel. But the thing is, I feel, he just does it for France.
No, why do you think PSG have never won the Champions League?
Well, it's not just down to Mbappe.
No, it's not. But why do you think they've not?
What? Because the serial bottomers up Spurs.
He's got root one there. He's absolute.
This is true, isn't it?
No, but
Spurs had a chance to get top 4, they're bottom there.
No, you're an Arsenal fan.
Yes.
How many times you won the Champions League?
Well, we've got more history compared to both.
You've got no European history, Joe.
We've got
you've got the worst European history of any top club. Any top club in England.
Who's top of the league?
He ain't wrong there, mate.
Honestly,
he's not wrong.
Your European pedigree is...
They go on past history.
No, but Joe, your European pedigree is absolutely appalling.
We're basically matching Spurs.
Spurs got better European history than you.
We both got to the final and bottled it.
No. European.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. We both got to the UCL final. We played in 2006 against Barcelona. I thought we got robbed there because I don't feel Jens Lehmann should have been sent off.
Oh, let it go, Joe. Go on, listen, let's go back. So Jens Lehmann comes off his line.
Yes.
Jens Lehmann comes off his line. He's outside the box.
But also,
yeah.
they came out and say, the rest were corrupt as well.
No, tell us what, just talk us through. For those that don't know, Joe, talk us through the challenge.
Talk us through the challenge?
Yeah.
Well, so they told clear on goal, and then Jens Lehmann came out and took him out. Yeah. I was the youngster at the time, I was 26.
Go on, Joe. So, for those that don't know what happened, go on.
Well, I hate this.
Yeah, go on, tell us what happened, Joe. Go on.
Eto got sent off, and then Ronaldinho went on for and won the game for us, or Belletti, I think it was. And yeah, I was only 2006, and how long was I? Like 6 years old.
No one cares, mate.
So anyway, I do think, anyway, off topic, I do feel Mbappe is overrated.
It can't go back to 2006, Joe. 2006. He was only 6. He doesn't remember it.
Honestly, shambles. He was 6.
He was still wearing nappies.
No, but I was literally, I do remember the game. I was watching it.
He don't remember the game, Joe. You were 6.
He does remember it. He just said he remembers it.
That's the earliest. What's your earliest memory, Joe?
What?
The Champions League final.
When Tom Campbell that's Spurs come to us to win the Premier League, I can't beat them.
Well, you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Liar. Do you remember it, Joe?
I do, yeah.
Do you remember Sol Campbell joining?
Yeah. It was like, he had an interview with a female, and everyone just got history, like, and he went forward. Yeah, and he was stroking his chin. He was stroking his chin. And he was like, I'm going to Arsenal, but I'm until Spurs fans that, they're probably Judas.
Did he say that? I don't think he said the word Judas, did he, Joe?
No, he said
well, that's what Spurs fans said.
I know, but
it's Spurs history.
I just don't know if I can believe that.
Joe.
2006.
What are you doing tonight, Joe?
Huh? I'm going to bed after this.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm going to work. I've got to go back.
What do you do for a living?
Huh?
What do you do?
I'm scaffolder.
I've just been told apparently you'd be... You were 2 when Sol Campbell joined Arsenal.
Is it 2?
A female!
Go on, Joe.
You
don't remember that, mate. Stop lying.
You don't remember it, Joe?
I do.
What, the day it happened?
Before 2002, I don't remember, because I was very younger than that.
Yeah, you were nappies, Joe.
I was in nappies.
You had no teeth.
No teeth, mate.
You had no teeth.
You're on a dummy. You can remember Sol Campbell leaving to go to Arsenal.
Yeah,
what are you lying for?
I'm not. I know. I saw it.
You're sucking it, honest.
That's a memory that you remember when you're 2.
Well, Joe, that's a great question.
What is the earliest memory?
The earliest memory you've got as a kid. The earliest memory, how old were you? Second?
Huh?
You've got a really good memory. You know it when you were 2?
No, trust me. No, I was born in 97. I was not 5.
You're 2. Joe.
Yeah, hold on. How old are you, Joe? Because if you're born in 97, you'd be 4.
Yeah, I'm 26. I'm 27 this year.
I don't want to believe that. Alright, Joe, go on, get yourself off.
Just quickly, what do you do for a living, Joe?
Scaffolder.
Scaffolder.
Yeah, my brother, yeah.
Sure you can remember?
Yeah.
So what's your brother? So what's your brother?
Yes.
Alright, Joe, see you later. It's a great question, by the way.
Earliest memory you've got.
Earliest memory. I mean, it's not. I mean, I can remember one thing. I can still remember. I've got some good memories. I've got some. I remember when I used to live in Penge.
That means nothing to me. How old are you? You got to tell me what I was living in Penge. It could have been last week.
I was 5, 4. I still remember the address. 68A Kingston Road.
Mate, no 4-year-old knows his address.
I left the house. I moved to Kent when I was 6. Right? I I still remember that address. I remember getting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles come through the post when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I used to stand outside waiting for the postman to come and deliver the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I used to get them in them, and I used to knock off you. And you used to drive. And once I got caught driving the, you know, the little electric cars. The electric car. No, I got caught driving one, so I was 5. And you got caught. Let me finish the story. Got caught driving down the road onto Penge High Street, driving past a sunbed shop, and I had to phone up my dad and my mum and say, "We've just seen your son driving down Penge High Street. He's on one of them electric cars."
You can't even get on the bed.
Oh, Ninja Turtles. I'm obsessed with Ninja Turtles.
Is it Heroes in a Half Shell?
Heroes in a Half Shell?
Turtle Power.
Turtle Power. That's a great show. All right, earliest memories. We'll do that. We'll have a bit of fun. If you've got one, if you remember, going back. Have you got any? What's yours? You can't remember what you did yesterday.
Mate, honestly, I sat... Do you know what? I remember walking home from school. Oh, this is a true story, right? I don't know how old I was. I reckon 6 or 7. Walking home from school. I could smell like B.O.
Yeah.
I swear I'm like, too young to B.O.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, God, I stink. And I was only 6, 7. It's young, isn't it, to stink?
It's kind of been B.O.
Mate, it didn't smell good.
Yeah, but it's not B.O., is it?
Mate, it was.
It can't have been. You're not smelling of B.O. You don't
Mate,
sweat.
I'm telling you now, I had... Chucking up in the oven. I remember...
That's your earliest memory? That's terrible. I mean, come on. You must have a different, like, an early memory when you were a kid. I've got loads.
You don't know how old you were.
But you know what? I know that I moved from Penge when I was 6.
There's no way you know your home address at 4.
Well, how do I know that address then when I left there at 6? How do I know the
You knew it at
address?
6.
Sorry?
You probably knew it when you were 6 or 7 or now, or 10 or 12.
What do you mean I'd moved? I didn't know it.
Jay, you don't know.
I moved when I was 6. And I went to a different school, different everything, different area. But I still remember the address. I still remember hanging around.
Everything.
I remember hanging around the streets there. I remember hanging around on my little, what's it called? The things that you roll on, the rollerblades. And busted my lip. I've still got the scar. A busted lip. Brother. Alright, can you call us 03 717 22 33 44?
The Sports Bar with talkSPORTBet.com. Download the app today for tantalisingly tip-top odds and exclusive offers. 18 plus with gambler.org.
Sean! It's bedtime.
That's enough. Time's up.
Your Wi-Fi is going out.
Going off.
EE Broadband lets you pause the Wi-Fi on your kids' devices, helping them to switch off and drift off. Search EE Home.
Eligibility criteria applied. New EE broadband customers.
Listeners, we interrupt the airways to share an incredible discovery. The reason why Britain hasn't been so great of late is because the country hasn't been eating enough Weetabix. We must get to work in rebuilding Great Britain, bits by bits, by delivering Weetabix to whoever's in charge of fixing potholes, to VAR, and people who somehow manage to park over 2 bays. To Britain, we must say, have you had your Weetabix?
And now we hear from listener Ian on his fascinating collection of garden gnomes.
Well, I've been collecting and categorising gnomes for about 17 years now. I've devised an 8-character coding system relating to gnome size, gnome colour, gnome boot shape, gnome facial expression, gnome fishing rod, gnome no fishing rod, gnome hat distortion.
Get off, Valley! Valley Casino has arrived. The American gaming experience is now here in the UK. Join and get free rewards every day after your first £10 deposit. Get 30 free spins when you spend £10. Play online today.
UK only. New members only must opt in. Free spins on Secrets of the Phoenix Networks. Public concerts. 29 to 30 day expiry. Further terms apply. 18 plus. Pay responsibly. BeGamblerAware.org.
With Now, you can stream all the drama from the Premier League instantly and without a contract.
The stuff that dreams are made of!
From top-of-the-table clashes to relegation battles and everything in between.
Can you believe it?
Get all Sky Sports channels for a day or a whole month with a Now Sports membership.
This is unbelievable!
Stream the Premier League live without a contract with Now.
18 plus, Sky Sports content streamed via internet. Full terms apply.
On average, Rift get their customers £3,000 back.
I like them, roundabout like them now.
Let's get the ball rolling. Search Rift tax refunds.
The manager is subbing on the big man. And another change now. Rodgers comes on, the veteran right back. And now the third choice goalie enters the field. They can barely contain themselves here. With new super sub from Paddy Power, all subs are now super. Because if a player in your bet is subbed off, it carries over to the new player coming on. Paddy Power. Football, you gotta love it. Valid on selected leagues and markets only. Pre-match and in-play bets on qualifying player outcome selections only. T's and C's and exclusions apply. See +BWN.org.
Turn your football passion into free cash with warranty wins on talkSPORT with Motorpoint. Listen to Drive all next week and answer 5 questions about this Premier League season, each worth £200. Hold your nerve and dial up your prize fund for £1,000. Or use your warranty wisely for peace of mind before you lose the lot. Register to play now at talksport.com/win. Warranty wins on talkSPORT with Motorpoint. Unbeatably priced cars, all with warranty.
This June, talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 bring you full, uninterrupted commentary of UEFA Euro 2024 live from Germany.
They are back in the big time.
Euro 2024, live aus Deutschland. Starts June 14 on talkSPORT.
Won't take the throw. No time to take the next throw. They have won. And they are at Wembley. And the crowd streams onto the pitch from all 4 sides of the ground to embrace their shattered heroes. Bolton have got away with it to a large extent tonight. And it goes down as a real heroic failure for Barnsley, whose end-of-season collapse wasn't mirrored by the character they showed in getting themselves back into this tie in the most unlikely circumstances.
Not really sure what the music theme is, but we'll let Jack get
MV,
it. Oh, Michael Bolton.
MV! Is that the worst mullet ever? Is that a mullet?
Yeah, I used to like a mullet. Mullet was good back in the day. I used to have one. I used to like an old mullet. Come on, you'd love a mullet now.
No, but I think, you know, when you, like, because he was bald, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I think he was at this stage. I think at this stage he was bald, and I think when you old guys grow it at the back,
yeah,
you know, it goes a bit long and it's like short.
Okay, can we stop talking about Michael Bolton's mullet? Alright, so Bolton have made it through to the League One player finals. So Bolton fans, you want to come on, you must be in the car now. I see there's a bit of a pitch invasion at the end. So come on and talk about the performance. Got away with it actually, wasn't it, Barnsley? Kind of really clouded themselves back into it towards the end. 03717 2233 444. Let's go to Jack. He's a Bolton fan. He's at the game. Right, Jack?
Hiya, you're right, lad.
I'm good, Jack. Congratulations. You made it to the League One player final. Made hard work of it, though.
Yeah, just about. I just wanted to say before I carry on that number 9 for Barnsley did himself proud tonight. He was a big lad and he was an absolute nuisance. Now, but Bolton, either way, you deserved it in the end. Regardless, Friday and Tuesday, we're all sat in the book out like our lads, waiting 2 hours to get home, but it was well worth it. Up to the Wembley!
Jack, are you in the car park? Now, right, okay, so here's what we want. We can wind down your windows, right?
Yeah, go for it.
And we want people listening now, if you're in that car park, beat your horns. Wind down your window, right? And see how many horns we can get beeping. Go on. Go on, keep beeping, Jack.
Here we go, go on, boys.
If you're in the car park, it's a talkSPORT. Beep your horn.
And off we go, lads, and off we go. Let's stop talking about Champions League side and semi-finals. We're off to Wembley. Let's have it.
I love it.
No, we don't want sleeping in Bolton tonight,
Where are you going tonight then, boys? Where are you going?
I'm going home, but it's going to take me 4 hours to get out of here.
Where's your record? If you have to take me and Jamie out to an establishment, Jack, where might you... Where might you take us? Just look after us, Jack. Just look after us.
VIP we want, Jack.
Dragonfly Square, I reckon.
Your mate's laughing, that obviously ain't great.
What's in there?
No, it's literally the only place for pubs. It's fantastic.
No, we're looking for a little bit of...
What are we looking for?
Oh, James, I didn't know you were that kind of fella.
Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did.
You got stringies there? Is that stringies knocking about? Bolton?
Oh, I mean, I cannot confirm nor deny, David. I cannot confirm nor deny.
Alright, Jack, listen, enjoy yourself. Let's go to Sam. He's a Bolton fan. He was at the game as well, right, Sam?
Hiya, Alex.
How are you, Sammy?
Oh.
Are you stuck in the car park?
Well, no, because I'm going to be honest, when that pitch invasion started, I looked at that and went, not for me today, pal.
Did you slip off?
Yeah, we've not achieved anything yet. I appreciate the people who've done it, but I'm not going to ruin anyone's career. But if I were going to take you out in Bolton, I'd take you to the house without a name for the best Guinness in Bolton. But tonight...
Where's it? I'm going to stop Googling.
The house without a name.
The house without a name? What is it?
Yeah, it's called... It's called Best Guinness in Bolton. Best Guinness in Bolton.
Guinness in Bolton?
House without a name.
That's what it's called, yeah. Anyway, let's talk about
while he's looking up bars in Bolton, talk me through the game, because, I mean, look, we had both of them on, but obviously the Champions League eye on it, but Barnsley, watching it at the end, I mean, they made a game of it.
Oh, honestly, that is the longest 20 minutes of my life. Honestly, it was horrendous. First half, obviously they scored first, great header, but then we just absolutely, we stamped on the throat at back end at first half. It was brilliant. And you know, you 5-2 up an aggregate, the place was bouncing. I've not seen the Reebok, and it's still called the Reebok to me. I've not seen the Reebok like that since Big Sam was there. Honestly, it was like a European night. It was like back in the days. It was absolutely bouncing. Second half, we took our foot off the gas. And you know, then, you know, an aggregate, it's 5-4, and oh, honestly, that last 20 minutes, I was ill.
Yeah.
Absolutely ill. I'm not sleeping tonight.
Right, so I found the house without a name. I've got it here.
Yeah.
Looks okay. House without a name.
It's old. It's old school, but it's good.
It's a League 8. Is that right?
Yeah.
League 8. Shuts. Shuts at 12 minutes.
It shuts at 11.
It's Tuesday night. What do you want?
You're in the final. It should be some gaps open late doors. All the people coming out.
Come on, Sam.
Sammy, come on. You can't just have a pitch invasion and not knock about afterwards. There's got to be somewhere to go.
It's lazy from you, Sam.
It's a late night gaff.
Yeah, come on, Sam.
It's not the smoke. We're not open all hours. People have got to be in cold pitch tomorrow.
Hold on.
There's got to be a gaff open in Bolton late doors.
Oh, there'll be some house saunter in Bolton Town Centre. But yeah.
Okay, what about Club 66?
Yeah.
Christ, not a clue.
No?
Not a clue.
No?
You from Bolton, Sam?
Yeah, I am from Bolton, but when I was going out, it was probably called Club 56.
What Victoria's Gentlemen's Club?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No?
No, not a clue. Well, I tell you.
Yeah, all right.
You liar. No. Absolutely soiling himself.
There's some membership in there.
Jesus. Not in the joint account anyway.
Damn right. Frequently asked questions. Can I read that? No, I can't.
Frequently, were you on the questions with Victoria's Gentlemen's Club? What is wrong with you? Honestly. What's so wrong with you?
I've got a frequently asked question.
Are they bad questions?
This is what people say. I can't read that. No, that's just not fair.
Sam, sorry mate, go on, what do you want to talk about? Go on, say what you want about Bolton, come on.
I want to talk about the Wanderers.
Go on, talk about them.
What about Baby Platinum?
Oh, no.
You what, Sammy?
He's absolutely
He's 100% been in there, isn't you, Sam? 100% stumbling over your words.
It's in Manchester. Damn right it is.
Not a clue you're on. Anyway, the Wanderers. I've been a season ticket holder for best 23 years, and I've seen the best. I've seen Big Sam, but I've also seen when we were like 5 minutes from liquidation. Honestly, like tonight was one of the best nights at the Reebok. Yeah. It was brilliant.
It's a good atmosphere there. I've played there when it's been bouncing. It's a great stadium, great pitch. Always liked playing there. It was a good football club. You've been in the mud for a long time, actually. You've sorted yourselves out. You got the money. You got the right gaffer now. You know, the club's in a good direction.
Oh no, yeah, he's had some flack this season because, in all fairness, we probably should have got promoted.
Automatic, yeah. But yeah, we got Derby and Portsmouth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you know, Portsmouth and Derby didn't even finish in the playoffs last season, but it doesn't matter. It's happened. We're going to Wembley. I back us at Wembley, and we're on our way back.
Yeah, it'd be good to see him back. That's for sure.
Get yourselves to Manchester.
Yeah. Where we go?
Hey,
Where we go? Where we go?
He's got a bit of baby platinum.
Stumpy put it right under the gut.
Absolutely. Oh my, really? Trying to get out of that one.
Oh dear. All right, I want to hear more from Bolton fans. Have a bit of fun. He's stuck in a car park. Bring the boys up. Let's talk about your team. Let's go to Riley, who's a West Ham fan. Riley.
Hello.
All right, Riley. Hi, Riley. How are you?
Yeah, no, I was just ringing up to speak up more. To be honest, I was ringing up 18 months ago, really, saying how I wanted him out, and you was like laughing, saying it's way too early. But I think you seem to have the opinion of most pundits who don't pay their money to watch West Ham every week, who seem to think that, like, be careful what you wish for, it could be worse. When you don't realise we won 3 Premier League games in 2024, our last 17 games we won 3, drawn 7, lost 7. Like, the football is so bad, and it's been that way for 18 months, really.
He won you a trophy last year.
Yeah.
Less than 18 months ago, you'd have got rid of him.
I think you should have gone after the Conference League final, to be honest. Yeah, I've gone off on a high.
18 months ago. You only won that less than 12 months ago, though.
Yeah, I wanted him gone 18 months ago, but look where we was in a relegation battle.
You won your trophy, though. You were wrong, though, Riley, weren't you?
Not really. If you look at the teams don't know, the trophy was brilliant. I was out in Prague, it's brilliant. But look at the teams we beat. We beat Fiorentina and Alkmaar, fair enough. But look at the rest of it. Come on.
You've got to win it. You've got to do it.
Yeah, fair play. And it was the best few days I've ever had supporting West Ham. But you have to use it relative, don't you?
Hold on.
But the past.
Hold on. You said 18 months ago you wanted him gone.
Yeah.
And within that 18 months, you won a European trophy.
Yeah, like just say that European trophy was just 6 knockout games. Look at the other 40, 50 Premier League games we played in that time.
Oh, Riley, this is terrible, mate, from you. I mean, Riley, it's terrible from you, mate.
The European competition is a small part of the season.
I know, but he won you a trophy, Riley.
Look at the Premier League. Do you watch West Ham every week?
I watch them every time they're on telly. I watch as much as I can.
That's what I mean. It's not every week, is it? And
I pretty much watch them every week on a Saturday when they're on.
It seems you have the opinions. Most of the past 2-3 days I've seen Chris Sutton, Paul Merson, Richard Keys. The only pundit I've seen come out and have an opinion which shares with West Ham, with the majority of West Ham fans, is Jamie Carragher, who said it correctly. But you just seem to be talking rubbish like most pundits who don't say
Right, you'd sacked him. Do you admit now, though, if you'd had your way, there's a very good chance you wouldn't have won the trophy last summer? I know, it's all. I know, but what isn't hypothetical, what is fact, is he won a trophy.
Yeah, I'd admit that, but it's still a hypothetical question.
Well, but if you'd had your way, I think there's a chance you wouldn't have won it. It's the best night ever. You just said your words, the best night ever as a West Ham fan. Your words, not mine.
Yeah.
Best night ever.
Yeah, I won't disagree with you.
Okay, so if you could go back 18 months ago and risk losing that best night, would you have sacked him 18 months ago or kept him in a job?
I would have got rid of him 18 months ago. Come on.
No, fair enough.
I mean, look, you're entitled to that opinion. No, I think it's time now for him to move on. I think it's come to that point. I think it's come to that point now.
The reason I rung up is because you was saying it was like there was a context between West Ham fans who wanted to get rid of him, and then you're saying we can't applaud him for what he's done because we wanted to get rid of him for a year, 18 months, just because we've given him a little bit of stick. You still can't stand there and say well done for what you've done.
You can't, can you?
How?
You've got to say you were wrong 18 months ago.
How?
Because you said you would sack him, and therefore he wouldn't have won you that trophy.
He wouldn't have, but the fellow who stepped in might have done.
But you've not won a trophy for 50-odd years. What makes you think some other club, a guy would have come and taken your club to a trophy? That's what I mean. This is exactly my point. There is no appreciation.
Come on, Jay.
No, come on. Say thank you to Moyes.
I'll be there Saturday and I'll say well done, Moyes. Thank you for what you've done.
Do it now. Do it now. Just pretend you're in the crowd. Go on. Do it. Do clap. And David Moyes is going. Goodbye, David Moyes.
I'm really happy what he's done. I'm really happy he's going.
Come on, just give him a little.
In equal measure.
Just give him a
In equal measure.
Right, just come on, give him a
Come on, mate. Come on, a little. Come on, Moyes.
It's the worst clap ever.
Honestly, it's a bad clap.
What are you doing? Sure you're clapping?
You don't deserve a bigger clap than that.
You should.
We won three Premier League games in 2024, Jay.
You would have said 18 months ago he won your trophy, Riley.
Look at the teams we beat in that trophy game.
Honestly, it's just unbelievable. How old are you, Riley? How old are you?
Yeah, but I'm 19.
So you're so ungrateful, mate. Honestly.
Yeah, but you two also take the mick out of the trophy and say it's not worth nothing. So.
Yeah, but it's not the best, is it? It's not Champions League.
Asking both of you on this show, call it simple and take the mick out of West Ham fans for celebrating it.
No, never said that.
You've not helped, Riley. You're not even thanking him.
O'Hara, you have.
I've not said it's Mickey Mouse. I might have said it's Dog and Duck.
Mickey Mouse.
I might have said Dog and Duck. I know Mickey Mouse is a bit strong. Dog and Duck.
You can't sit here and say, oh, Moyes won you the trophy, and then also in equal measure go and say, oh,
you're West Ham.
You're Tottenham.
No, but you're West Ham. It's massive for you. It's unbelievable. We should have a statue outside for what he's done.
Jay, you're Tottenham.
Right, Ryan, just give him another clap so we'll hear it. Just clap him again. Just clap him. Just clap him now.
All right, Riley.
He won't do it the weekend.
We won't do it the weekend. Riley, top man, mate. Thanks for your call. We carry on. Obviously, we want to hear from West Ham fans, Man United fans as well. Do you want the Europa Conference League? Is that good enough for Manchester United? And if you're stuck in a car park at Bolton, give us a call. 03717 223344.
The Sports Bar with talkSPORTBet.com. Belting broadcaster, brilliant bookie. 18 plus BeGambleAware.org. GambleAware.org.
Girls! Sean! It's bedtime!
Time.
One more ring!
Okay, kiddos.
That's enough. Time's up.
Come together.
Your Wi-Fi is going off.
Going off.
EE Broadband lets you pause the Wi-Fi on your kids' devices, helping them to switch off and drift off. Search EE Home.
Eligibility criteria apply. New EE broadband customers.
Have you tried the improved McDonald's burgers? Just a little bit more. The classics. Now a little more. Comparison with prior classic burgers. Served after 11 a.m. subject to availability.
Bally Casino has arrived. The American gaming experience is now in the UK. But when it's time to take a break, Bally Casino also has a range of tools to help you stay in control. You can set deposit limits, get session reminders, and cool off for regular breaks. With these tools, you can stay in control, manage gameplay, and play responsibly on Bally. 18 plus. Play responsibly. BeGambleAware.org.
All the big names are here. Ooh, who's that?
I think she was in the movie about that really big shark.
No, not her. The forest.
She's automating invoices on the go so she can spend more time on that flower wall. QuickBooks can save you up to 8 hours a week, so you can bring your vision to life. That's how you business differently. Intuit QuickBooks.
With LV, I can get my car insurance for just £299, which is just the kind of price I'm looking for right now. And if I'm hit by an uninsured driver, I won't lose my no-claim discount, because insurance is simple when it's me and LV.
No wonder we're rated excellent on Trustpilot. Get your quote today at lv.com. 10% of new customers pay £299 or less August 2023 to January 2024. Uninsured driver promise is non-fault accident only. Other vehicle and driver details required.
The manager is subbing on the big man. And another change now. Rodgers comes on, the veteran right back. And now the third choice goalie enters the field. They can barely contain themselves here. The new super sub from Paddy Power. All subs are now super. Because if a player in your bet is subbed off, it carries over to the new player coming on. Paddy Power. Football, you gotta love it. Valid on selected leagues and markets only. Pre-match and in-play bets on qualifying player outcome selections only. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus BeGambleAware.org.
Hawksby and Jacobs on talkSPORT with Tool Station. Unfiltered football debate. Done right.
Pelican City football team, Pep Swiss Guardiola,
Big-hitting cricket comment done right.
Ricky Pontiff. You can't hit cricket. You can't hit cricket.
Knockout boxing opinion done right.
That was a classic, legendary.
Entertaining afternoon radio done right.
What some would say is absolute news.
Hawksby and Jacobs, weekday afternoons from 1 on talkSPORT with Toolstation for a job done right.
On DAB, online, and on your smart speaker.
talkSPORT. Talk Sport.
Keep the calls coming on the sports bar 03 717 22 3344. But let's get news and sport headlines now with Will Hobbs.
Thanks, Jamie. In the Champions League, who says no to another all-German final at Wembley?
It's Max Hummels, a player who tasted defeat at Wembley back in 2013, who has scored the goal in Paris tonight to ease their progress back to the Champions League final.
Bellingham and friends will have their say tomorrow live on talkSPORT, but Dortmund were defiant to win 2-0 on aggregate in Paris as Mbappe failed to show up. Relief in the car park for Bolton fans after a thrilling League One playoff semi. They were leading 5-2 on aggregate at half-time before Barnsley threatened one of the all-time comebacks.
Cosgrove scores! Barnsley fans in raptures. 2-1 down, 3-2 up, and now they are properly back in it again.
But after an excruciating 15 minutes for Bolton, the final whistle eventually came.
And the crowd screams on the pitch from all four sides of the ground. Bolton have got away with it to a large extent tonight.
In League Two, Crawley slapped MK Dons 3-0 in the first leg of their semi-final. Dons boss Mike Williamson says his side have enough talent to fight back. And UEFA has absolutely learned lessons from the debacle in Paris. That's the message to fans from the UK's lead police officer at this summer's Euros. Colette Rose has been speaking for talkSPORT.
I went out not that long ago actually to UEFA headquarters and we were meeting with them about some of the challenges we've had in different places, and they want to learn, they want to work with us to make things better and safer for the fans.
She also told us because Germans love a beer too, police there don't judge Brits unfairly.
talkSPORT News.
UK border force systems are down and huge queues are building at Gatwick, Heathrow and Manchester. It's causing problems for those trying to get into the country through E-Gate. Senior Conservative MPs are calling for tougher action on China, despite the country denying it's behind a cyber attack on the Ministry of Defence. More than 250,000 service personnel may be affected. Israeli troops have seized control of Gaza's Rafah border crossing with Egypt, but the White House says it's been told it's only a limited operation. And in court, Stormy Daniels has been giving details of a hotel room encounter with Donald Trump, which he insists is made up.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. We're focused on the road ahead with over 300 EV train centres. Find your local EV train centre at quickfit.com so you can drive away happy every time.
Dry and settled for most, rain arriving in Scotland later.
On 1089 and 1053 medium wave, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker. The Sports Bar on talkSPORT.
Good evening, you are listening to the Sports Bar talkSPORT with me, Jerry R and Jason Cundy. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, Jason Cundy has been licked all over his bum. Oh, it's terrible. And he's got it all over the talkSPORT chair. That's going to cost you a few quid, mate. You're going to be doing this show for free now. He's ruined the studio. It looks like a complete donut. It's got everywhere. Come on, get your headphones back on. We've got work to do. Loads to talk about tonight. Champions League action. PSG are out. Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund have gone through. We're talking about David Moyes and West Ham. You can have your say. You're going to give him a nice send-off that he deserves. If you slagged him off on this show, because there's plenty of you, come and say sorry, because it's only right that you do. And Bolton fans, if you're stuck in that car park, we want to hear from you. 03 717 22 3344. You all right, mate?
No, do you know what, mate? I've had an absolute stinker. The pen is...
Let's have a look. Show me. Is it bad?
Terrible.
Well, show me. Let's have a look. Well, you can't see your own bum, can you? Oh, they're ruined. Oh, they are ruined. Have a look. Look. Have a look at the look in the camera. Turn around. Look. There you go. A bit more. Bend over a bit. Oh, it's bad, mate. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. You've got it. I mean, they're terrible anyway.
That what Mike can see is actually, actually some deco pads.
What do you do? What's
I styled it.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, you started
Seriously, don't let Simon Jordan sit in it. Don't tell Simon Jordan.
Yeah, let Simon sit in it.
Hopefully I can have those white chinos.
Oh, that would be brilliant. Simon Jordan will be fuming.
It's everywhere, Jay. It's everywhere, mate.
What's he going to do? Jay's not going to do nothing. He's producing the show. What do you want him to do?
Fault report the chair.
Fault report the chair.
No, we need to put it up. I can't have someone sitting on that, mate.
Who's the first person who's going to sit in that chair after you? It's Kane Reeves, isn't it? Kane Reeves. Should leave it.
Yeah, he might like his pants up.
Right, let's go to Rob. He's a Bolton fan. All right, Rob.
How are you, boy?
How are you doing, boys?
I'm all right, Rob. How are you?
Stuck in the car park.
Oh, you're not still stuck in the car park.
Drink the hole. Come on, let's get the drink the hole. Get the drink for the hole.
Get the hole. How many people are still in the car park?
All there is, mate. Some muppets left his car in the wrong spot. I think he probably got arrested going on the pitch and no one can get out.
Oh, no.
Come on, we've got to do it again. Get the horns fitted. You're in that car park now. Come on. Beat the horn. Do it. You start.
They're giving it a go, mate. They're giving it a go.
40 seconds, they'll catch up.
Yeah.
Rob, just talk us through the game and talk me through how you're feeling, the atmosphere. I mean, it looks incredible.
Mate, I tell you, the nerves are just absolutely shot. I'm absolutely in bits.
There's a delay.
You know what's weird is that we've played possession football all season, like, 60% possession and lost 1-0. And these last two games, we've just gone long and played a different way, and it's worked. And I think that's kind of like what Portsmouth and Derby have done most of the season. So we left it late, play a plan B, and it worked.
Yeah, no, I don't bad times come good, is it? I mean, if you're talking about changing a formation or changing the way you're playing, and you get to over the line, who cares?
One more game, boys, one more game. And I've got a tip for you, actually. I don't really go out in Bolton, but the place, now, bear with me on the name of this place. It's actually called Fanny's, right? It's called Fanny's. Fanny's.
Franny's? With an R?
Yeah.
Franny's.
Yeah, with an F. Yeah. And it's the place, when we stayed up on the last day against Forest a few years ago, David Wheater, Josh Vella, basically lived there for 2 days.
Let me tell you now, I know Wheats, I played with Wheats back in the day, and I know exactly what that boy's like on a night out.
Mate, they were hanging upside down for 2 days.
Yeah, I used to avoid going out with him, it was a problem.
Yeah, no, that was a good time, mate, and hopefully they're coming back, so, we've got the right guy in charge, I think, he's got a philosophy, and we stick to it, and it's just been a bit different over the last 2 games, but hey, we're there, one more game, Wembley, and Bolton are back.
So no the traffic's not moved, Rob, at all?
No, mate, well, it's just about moving now, mate, just about moving, and we'll...
It's a nightmare, and the game finished an hour ago.
Yeah, it's a little bit like the Premiership days when we had a few thousand on, but, I'm happy to sit in a car park with that.
I remember my dad getting stuck in a car park outside the Reebok. He parked, and someone took 20 quid off him and said, "Yeah, you can stick it here, mate." When he come back, the gate was closed.
Oh, mate, that was probably me.
Actually, you got big rules. Right, give us one more beat then, Rob. Come on, one more beat. Come on, get the boys going.
Yeah, they're giving it a go, mate. There's a few guys.
All the boys. Yeah, love that. Rob, top man, mate. Hopefully you get home safe. Want to hear more from Bolton fans. Big night for the football club. You made it to Wembley. Let's go to Tony, though. He's a Chelsea fan. Right, Tony?
Right, Tony, let's go to the game.
All right, Tony. How are you? All right, Tony.
I'm all good, mate. All good. I just can't believe, as a Tottenham fan, that you've got the cheek to take the nick out of the Europa Conference League.
Terrible.
I can't believe you guys are West Ham. West Ham are just as big a club as Tottenham.
No, they're not, mate. Then Tony, come on, mate. They're not.
What have you done in the last 15 years?
You've won the Champions League pretty all the seasons. West Ham have never been in it. What are you talking about? Come on.
I'd rather win one Europa Conference League than just be in the Champions League as a
but they've set the manager a year later.
Yeah, but I'm a Chelsea fan. I've seen this. I've seen us win the Champions League twice when you open the league. I'll be over the moon if Chelsea in the Conference League and win.
Well, that's because that's how far you've fallen. Because you're garbage. You spent £1 billion. What are you talking about? You'd be happy with that. You're winding me up.
No, of course I'm right. You only get shot, right, especially mid-table teams. There's only 4 trophies to
Is
go
that what you
for.
are then? That's what you are now then, Tony. You're a mid-table team. You're over the moon getting Europa Conference League. The only reason you're saying that is because you've been 12th all season.
Yeah, but then you said earlier, oh, Man United are too good for Europa. No, no, they're not. They're nowhere near good enough for that.
You are where you are, mate.
They are not good enough. The table don't lie, yeah? And these teams are doing so well because they're going to fall from grace. And I'll hold our hands up as Chelsea fans, yeah. But that's what happens. It goes back this period. Some teams dominate, some teams don't. We've had our time and it'll come back round again.
You're going to follow the team around Europe, are you? You're going to watch them. I guarantee you, Stamford Bridge, next season, if you're in the Europa Conference League, be dead as doornails and you're playing Pack and Rabanne on a Thursday night.
Good team, mate. Mate, a good
Honestly,
team.
don't tell me that you're all going to stick up behind the team. Talking absolute garbage.
Don't look Pack and Rabanne.
You've been playing Barcelona and Real Madrid, and now you're going to be playing against some dog team from, you know,
mate,
the bottom end of the table in Europe. Come on, you're not. Don't tell me you're going to enjoy that.
You talk about Pack over Rabanne, Tottenham are like Old Spice. You ain't even that.
I don't know, so much FaceTime in you. What's going on?
No, not me.
Stop.
Yeah, no, honestly, honestly, I just don't see it. You only get 4 goals at a trophy per season maximum, yeah? And even the League Cup, I know people go, oh, it's the League Cup. You only get 4 goals at trophies. And
Listen, I'm not saying... Look,
you've got some nerve, you, mate. You've got some nerve, you.
Mate.
Honestly, you've got some nerve.
Go there. I would take it. As a Spurs fan, I'd take it. Fine. Because that's Spurs are Spurs. Right? But for Man United, come on.
Mate, this is the problem, you see. Delusions of grandeur now. Right? Man United aren't there anymore.
Man United.
Someone's going.
It's like someone's trying to go through to us.
Tony?
Yeah.
You take...
Alright, so top man, mate, thanks for the call. Alright, see you later, mate, top man. Let's go to Tom, he's a Doncaster fan. Alright, Tom.
Alright, boys.
How are you, Tom?
Alright, Tommy boy.
Good, mate. I've got here, you live in Paris.
Yeah, I've been in Paris for about 8 years, 8 to 10 years now.
Donny fan, what about the end of your season, by the way? You were like facing relegation in February.
Man, it's like 10 wins out of 10 at the end of the season.
Remarkable.
Magician.
Yeah, remarkable stuff.
I have to say, yesterday, good old Kill Bill up top was amazing.
Done it again. What's Paris like? What's Paris like, Tom?
Well, to live here, great. But,
Is it?
Well, there's a saying here that if you look below the eye line, it's awful. If you look above eye line, it's the most beautiful place in the world.
Yeah. Right. It's better than Doncaster.
Oh, yeah, anything's better than Doncaster, mate. The only good thing about Doncaster is the Keepmoat Stadium, and it's not even their stadium.
What'd you do there, Tom?
I'm an executive chef, actually.
Oh, you're a chef.
You're a chef in France.
Yeah.
Well, you must be good.
I'm decent. Well,
what's your speciality?
Well, my favourite food to cook is Asian and North African, I'd say.
What's your signature dish, please? So me and Jay rock up.
Rock up in Paris. Yeah. We're coming to your gaff.
What's your signature dish?
Well, if you come into my gaff, it's a sports bar, so...
Sports bar?
Yeah, we have an NBA-style TV at the top. We're the only place in Paris with like NBA-style TVs, like a cube of TVs in the sports bar. It's great.
Nice. What's it called?
It's great. It's called Belushi's.
Belushi's?
Yeah.
Is it your gaff or are you just a chef there?
No, it's not mine.
You're the chef. You're the chef.
Yeah.
So I get the feeling they might be like chicken wings and ribs.
Kind of, yeah. Burgers, you know.
You've gone all that way to cook chicken wings? Ribs?
Well, yeah, I tell you what. Like this for food.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, Tom, when you phone us up giving it a large one, saying that you're like an executive chef in Paris, or is it some Michelin-star gaff, you know, in the George Sunk or something, you know, like on the top of the Eiffel Tower?
You're doing ribs and wings.
A bit larger. You're basically in TGI's.
Yeah, but I like to have a life here, and French people don't work, so I'm taking advantage of that. That's why I hopped on the boat the other day.
So when you say you do Asian North African food?
Yeah, it's my speciality and my favourite food, mate.
okay. I mean, I love Asian food.
Oh, I love it.
I love wings.
Yeah.
I love rib.
Yeah, but I'm saying in my personal life, I make like Asian chicken.
Oh, you put I see. But not
there.
Right.
Yeah, if you're an executive chef, surely you can, pull a few strings and start getting some of your own dishes on there.
Oh yeah, we do. Like it is a sports bar, but we have like special company. You know, like the train company in England. I don't know the name, but here in France we have the SNCF, the National Train Service, and we do like special company, special group meals for that and stuff. So I get flex my muscles, let's say there.
Okay.
Can we talk about PSG?
I quite like the conversation about food. I'm hungry now.
I'm starving. I can fancy some wings.
Yeah.
But honestly, I love it when they lose. I actively support every other team they play. All the time. Because I was a season ticket holder pre-COVID for two years.
Yeah.
And I was watching great songs with the Ultras. I mean, they don't understand football at all because they're just singing all the time. Where's the emotion? They're just there for the night out. It's a good night out, but they're not there for the football. But I watched the game. But anyway, the style of football from Paris is so individualistic. Every manager what goes in there, I don't know, but it's like there's such a player power control there for the last 5 years. I don't like watching it. And you know how everyone comes on, like you had a caller like half an hour back or something saying, oh yeah, Paris are good and all that. They're shambolic. And the best way I can say this and leave on is rubbish, because you've got this William guy who's the manager of Lens, and I think he's sorted out his badges now, but for 2 years they had to pay like 25,000 euros every time he managed because he didn't even have the real badges.
No, but he's done a good job. He's actually left
Oh,
now,
no.
isn't he?
I mean, hats off to him. If I had the opportunity, I'd be all out. But would you see that in the Premier League? Imagine a manager just stepping up. It would be a joke. Let's be honest, it wouldn't exist. And it happens here.
Tom, what about Crew on Friday night?
Oh, man. We're having
You're 2-0 up, right? You're 2-0 up.
Yeah, we're going to have them. And we're going to League One.
Will you come back to if you get to Wembley, Tom?
Yeah. If we get to Wembley, I think I'll come back, yeah.
Tommy boy, enjoy yourself. Thanks for phoning in.
Talk soon. Au revoir.
Bye, mate. Tom, the Doncaster fan there, lives in Paris and pretends that he makes Asian food. Well, he's cooking wings out there, mate. I mean, you could go and do that job. But it's sports bar. It's definitely frozen.
I did think, I was a bit disappointed when it's a sports bar. Oh my god, this is like high end. Not like the show we do here. It's like low end.
It turned out bottom of the barrel here.
Yeah, we don't have a wing, do we? Yeah. We'll have a wing and a rib.
We'll have a rib eventually. Yeah. Keep the calls coming in. 03717 223344.
The Sports Bar with talkSPORT.com. Belting broadcaster, brilliant booking. 18+ begamblerware.org. That's as good as it gets on this stage. Nissan Townstar EV strikes again. It's an unstoppable van. Unstoppable.
Just fantastic. You can actually see the Pro Pilot technology in action. Effortless parallel parking.
It moves with all the confidence that comes with a 5-year warranty.
And with a bench full of all-star van experts, there's real strength in depth here.
That's all-star quality.
Search Nissan Townstar EV and visit your local all-star van centre to see for yourself.
Terms and conditions apply. 5 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first.
ProPilot is an advanced driver assist technology. Driver's responsibility to stay alert, drive safely, and control vehicle at all times.
Girls! Sean!
It's bedtime.
One more ring. I'm almost done.
Okay, kiddos.
That's enough. Time's up.
Yeah.
Your Wi-Fi is going off.
Going off.
EE Broadband lets you pause the Wi-Fi on your kids' devices, helping them to switch off and drift off. Search EE Home.
Eligibility criteria apply. New EE broadband customers.
Have you tried the improved McDonald's burgers? Just a little bit more. The classics. Now a little more. Comparison with prior classic burgers. Served after 11 a.m. subject to availability.
With so many holiday homes on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. I could book a beach house and be relaxed, Tina. Could someone bring me everything, thank you? I could book a ski cabin and be sporty, Tina. I'm gonna skip the Black Diamond and do the hot chocolate run. Or maybe I'll book a villa in Italy and be Vespa, Tina. Do I look cool on it? Because I feel cool. With so many holiday homes, you can book whoever you want to be. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
The Emirates FA Cup on talkSPORT with Carling. We're talking last-minute thrillers and epic giant killers. A non-league fairy tale. Cup football's holy grail. Goal-scoring Goliaths. Underdog pluck. We're talking game-changing football. We're talking the Emirates FA Cup. From Southampton to Sunderland, get your mates together with Carling for the football competition where anything can happen. The Emirates FA Cup live on talkSPORT with Carling, the official beer partner of the Emirates FA Cup and Adobe Women's FA Cup. 18 plus, please drink responsibly.
Wednesday night.
The Champions League live on talkSPORT.
Oh, it's in!
100% super real commentary.
Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich.
What a turn! What a goal! Kickoff out here.
Ricochet back into the goal! Wednesday night
on talkSPORT 2.
Coming in on the sports bar 3717 223344. But time to talk odds now. TalkSport Bet and Ambassador Ryan.
Football form on the sports bar with talksportbet.com. Belting broadcaster, brilliant bookie. 18 plus begamblerware.org.
Hello, Rhino.
Good evening, lads. How are you both? You well?
Right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, really good, really good. Enjoying the show, enjoying everyone rallying together. He just goes to show today, all those horns beeping, just how many lives you guys touch, and it brings a tear to my eye, it really does.
Yeah, must have been about 4 or 5 cards. All right.
I counted about 3, but yeah, no, it was good, it was good.
Rhino, we're doing FTSE foreplay predictions from last week. It's getting close, me and Cundy. How'd we get on?
Oh man, it's even closer. I presented 4 games from the weekend's football. Well, there was no direct hits, but yeah, I presented some weekend games for you. You made some score predictions. As always, I'll give 3 points for direct hit, or I give 1 for a match outcome. Now, there was no direct hits, there was a few match outcomes, but long story short, Cundy, you gained an extra point. So you both predicted the City game, you both predicted the Chelsea win as well. None of you predicted a Brighton win, but Jamie, you went for a Spurs win against Liverpool, didn't you? You went for a 2-1, whereas Cundy and Jamie went the other way, went for a 2-1 Liverpool win. So, the score is now 86-90. As we approach this final straight, it has tightened up.
What has happened?
It's tightened up, mate. It's tightened up.
It has.
If I lose this now, I'm going to be gutted.
I've got nothing. I
How much money we got on the line here, Rhino?
Yeah, it's £1,000 for charity. I mean, you've already got a pot building, £50 per direct hit, but you've got £1,000 for charity on the line here, and it's, as I say, has tightened up. But after your Keegan-esque rant, Jamie, last week about Cundy bringing people into the studio, not allowing joint predictions, we've had to lay down the gauntlet. Cundy, you're on your own this Thursday. You're on your own.
Why? Yeah, no, it's only right.
Why?
It's only right, mate. It's not on, you cheated.
You've got to make your own predictions.
You've got to do it.
It's fun.
You know, it's not fun, is it, for me? Because if I get beat at the end of the season, I've lost £1,000.
Who cares?
It's really ridiculous.
It's a 2 versus 1. There's a handicap going on.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, you are.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
But do you want Jamie or Bill to keep coming in?
It's a bit of fun. It gives you a little bit more.
I don't care. I'm only messing. I'm only winding you up. I don't care.
Oh, right. Well, this week I'm calling it out. I want Cundy to back himself. That's what I want. I want to see how he can do this week.
Well, everyone's going to be 0-0. So make my mind up. Something
right, come on, let's get into some odds. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Champions League semi-final, live on talkSPORT tomorrow. 2-2 going into the second leg. What's the odds?
Yeah, exactly that. Arguably for me, tomorrow's fixture is just as big as the potential final in terms of calibre of football. The first leg was scintillating. As you say, it finished 2-2, didn't it? Madrid, of course, claiming the Liga since these last 2 played as well. So they also enjoyed playing Bayern too. Bayern 16 games against Madrid without a clean sheet. I think that's their worst team, their worst manager as well. So Madrid are favourites at home. They're just shy of evens right now. or they're 9-20 to qualify. Bayern, a win within 90 minutes is 13-5, or they're 13-8 to qualify for the final. And the Traders have the draw at 14-5. Now, Bayern actually have a clean sheet crisis away from home. They haven't kept one on the road in the whole of 2024.